Hey, Grant Cardone, welcome to the real estate live training that we put together for you today. This is going to be an awesome, unbelievable day. Thank you for being here. Do we need to give people some time to join, Johnny, or are they ready to roll?
No, we got 6,500 people.
Okay, we're here. Okay, yeah. We had 100 and how many thousand people?
104,000.
104,000 people registered for this event. We got about 6,500 people here right now. I'm sure that number's going to grow. Congratulations to everybody that showed up. For those of you that showed up, I want to tell you about something I'm going to do today. If you don't want to stick around for the whole 3 hours and get the training and education, I want you to know what I'm going to do. This is going to be about a 3-hour training event. I'm going to show you how to find a deal, buy a deal, fund a deal, get debt on a deal, raise money for deals, how to find a $9,000 real estate deal that'll pay you $800 a month. I'm going to pick cities around America and show you that there's still deals even in this crazy hot market. I know a lot of you have given up on the real estate game because you think it got away from you, but it hadn't. We're in a super cycle and you need to take advantage of it. This is a super cycle, never existed in my lifetime. This is I believe, the single best investment vehicle in the world today. If you have a family, if you're working your butt off, the thing you should do right now is pay attention to this training, number one, okay? Learn about the real estate in your neighborhood. There's $1 million deal waiting for you in your backyard. And before I get started, I want to tell you about the $1 million I'm going to give away today, because I know a bunch of you came here saying, hey, how you giving $1 million away? No strings attached, folks. This is all you got to do to get the $1 million, okay? This is better than cash, by the way. I'm not giving $1 million in cash away. I'm giving $1 million away. Tell your friends. Tell your friends to come here right now, because in the next hour, I'm going to give $1 million away in real estate investments. Johnny, can you show them some of the deals I'm doing right now? These are just some of the deals. I'm going to take you from student to investor today, and I'm going to put you in one of my current projects, okay? It's limited to $1 million. The first 1,000 people, this is what you do, okay? I'm going to give you buying apartments. My buying apartments course is a $10,000 course. I'm going to give you my $2,500 resource book. I'm going to give you my 3-day live event right here at the Turnberry Hotel in December. And I'm going to do all that. That's $15,000. Is it 15 or 18?
17,500.
$17,500. I knew I was off by a little bit because we threw in the resource book. That's why it's 17,500. You could buy all that from me on my website for 17,500, or you could buy it today for $1,040. And when you do that, I'm going to give the first 1,000 people, the first 1,000 people that do this, I'm going to give you a $1,000 investment in one of my current real estate deals, okay? It could be, like, we do a lot of deals. I've done $4 billion worth of deals, Johnny. I don't know if you have the pictures of all the deals. I have 12,400 units. If you could show them, Johnny. I've bought over $4 billion worth of real estate in 11 states around the United States. Johnny, are you showing it? Are you able to? I can't see it.
Yeah, they're seeing it.
Okay. So I bought deals that's 1990, 1995, 2000 built, 2015 built, 2020 built, high rises, mid rises, low rises, garden style, single family homes. And I have just made a fortune. I'm so happy, so proud, so excited about what I've done in real estate. But more importantly, we send out $32 million in distributions to our investors just this year. Just this year, and I have two more distributions to do. No, one more distribution. So we'll hit probably $35 million in distributions. I want you guys to become part of this, not just the American dream, but to own real estate that cash flows. So the first 1,000 people that take advantage of this today, you go to grantcardone.com/invest. That link will be behind me. Johnny, come back to me. That link will be behind me for the whole day. I'm going to give you the resource book, the 16 hours. I'm going to turn you from student to investor, and literally you're going to become an investor. All you got to do is finish the paperwork. You do need to be a U.S. person, have a U.S. citizenship, I guess.
Just U.S. person.
Whatever U.S. person means. It's the weirdest thing I've ever heard in my life. Yeah. Okay, I'm a U.S. person. And I'm a real estate investor, and I got to tell you, I'm more proud of being a real estate investor than I am being a U.S. person. Because being a U.S. person doesn't guarantee you financial freedom. It doesn't get you cash flow. It doesn't make you an investor. It doesn't make you a lot of things. You could live in the U.S. and miss every opportunity in the U.S. In fact, most people are living in the U.S. and missing the single best opportunity in your backyard. So let's get started with the course, okay? Any of you at any time while we're going through the course that want to take advantage of this offer, just go to grantcardone.com/invest. Again, first 1,000 people, Jared will tell me when we bypass that. Why am I doing that? Okay, if you look at this screen right here, Johnny, I want to take you from student to investor. 95% of the people that spend time with me at any of my events.
This goes back. This
30
goes back
years.
for 30 years.
30
This
years.
isn't
I've been
a new
telling
thing.
people about real estate. I've been talking about real estate for 35 years, teaching nieces, nephews, brothers, sisters. They don't do it. Most people just don't do it. Let's keep it real. People buy books and they don't finish them. They buy courses and don't use them. That's why I'm doing this today, to turn you, to literally take your investment as a student and immediately turn it into an investment as an investor, because what I just did was accelerate your process, get you over the bridge from being a student that doesn't know, that wants to know, to becoming an investor immediately. Only way to be a carpenter, folks, is to grab a hammer and hit a nail. Okay? It doesn't make you a professional, but it does make you a carpenter. And if I did a bunch of roofs or I did a bunch of houses, then if I did 20 houses, then I could tell people I have the experience of building 20 houses. Then I'm a builder. You understand? So today we want to take you from student to carpenter to builder, student to investor as fast as possible, and then we want to come back and support you with what deals you're looking for in your own backyard.
And one of the things I think that's really important.
This is Jared.
Yeah.
We're going to Jared now.
So this is really important to understand, is that this has literally never been done before. And Grant is in a unique position to do this. I've been with the guy for 11 years. I've worked with him every single day. And one thing that he has been committed to the entire time I've been with him is giving people opportunities to do bigger things and to create legacy shift in their families. And this is another opportunity to do that, because when you take advantage of this offer today, you will become a real estate investor as long as you're a U.S. person. So it's really, there's not a whole lot of hoops you got to jump through. You just have to say, I'm committed to learning. I want to become a student. And then Grant is going to say, when you commit to becoming a student today, he's going to step up and fulfill his purpose, which is to make you an investor. All that can happen today when you take advantage of this offer. GrantCardone.com/invest. Excited to get rolling with this training.
Yeah. And if you're outside the U.S., I cannot make you an investor. That's not my idea. That's not what I wanted to do. That's the way it is. Sorry, that's not my rule. So for everybody outside the U.S. that wants to take advantage of this, I'll give you a credit at my store of $1,000. So you're literally paying $40 for this. 16 hours, all video, 3 days with me live, or we send it to you virtual. We'd rather for you be live, okay? The room's going to be filled with investors, serious professional real estate people, people from all over the world, Singapore to Cincinnati, talking about real estate, investing in real estate, office,
Commercial,
retail, apartments, single family, storage, industrial is what I was trying to think of. And we'll show you how to actually find a deal, buy a deal, fund a deal, and most importantly, get cash flow while you wait for that deal to appreciate. Okay, 10 reasons. Let's get into the training right now.
Can you just say one more thing? I'm sorry, because I know you're excited to get in the training, but I just want to make sure that if you're new, if this is the first time that you're seeing Grant, I want you to understand that Grant has been investing in real estate for 35 years. He's never lost money on a single deal. Today, he owns $4 billion in real estate. He is regarded worldwide as the #1 business expert. But in the training and education space in real estate, he's the biggest name in the real estate training and education as well. So we've got the business side covered, we've got the real estate side covered. He's not just teaching it, he's actually doing it. And this training, the purpose of this training is to show you how the very first deal he bought got him started. And that $3,000 investment is the thing that got him started down the path to owning about $4 billion
because a lot of
today.
people think that they can't buy real estate because it takes too much money. I'm going to show you deals today that you can buy in your market today with almost no money. My first deal was done with almost no money, $3,750, I think it was. You're like, oh man, that's $3,000 I don't have. If you can't figure out how to get $3,000, if that's your excuse, like I can't come up with $3,000, like what are you thinking about? Come on, guys. You know, if I can buy a $100,000 piece of real estate with $3,000, and you can't figure out the $3,000, anybody can get $3,000. Every drug addict in America knows how to get $3,000. You know, when you're committed, man, when you got a problem, you solve the problem. And today, before we get started with the 10 reasons, I just want to tell you, you need to get your problem big. Hey, look, you cannot just keep working at a job. This is what you guys are doing right now. This is why real estate investing is so cool, because you basically, and this is why so many wealthy families end up in real estate, you basically trade your time for money. And we should give some gifts away for best notes or something
Okay.
that people share, okay? But you trade the most valuable thing you have is time. And you get money for it. That's called earned income. That earned income is taxed at the highest rates. I was talking to Robert Kiyosaki about this the other day. And you know, Robert Kiyosaki has been a person that's been very pro real estate for a long time. And I told Robert, kind of upset him in the call. I said, Robert, like if you would be buying more and talking less, you would actually have made, like, you're so distracted by gold, Bitcoin, silver, and the collapse of the world and communism. You're so freaking like dramatized over all these other events going on that you missed one of the greatest opportunities in the last decade, called real estate. You were flapping your face about it, and you should have been buying it. While you were talking, he's like, this is my show, Grant. I said, I know. You invited me to your show. The reason I'm on this is because it's your show. But I said, all students and all masters continue to learn. And even the masters are always learning. I'm always learning. I'm open, man. You tell me where I'm wrong on this today. Okay? Let me know how I'm mistaken. Guys, I am so committed to this that I put all my money in this. This is what I do. I spend my time, this is little Grant right here, or John, or Jill, Bob. You're out busting your butt every day. Karen, you're out there. I know you're watching, Amber, okay? Tiffany, I know you're watching this right now. Tyrone, you're watching. And you basically, you're pulling your hair. I was telling Tiffany Haddish today. She's like, I'm so stressed all the time. I said, baby, that's because you don't have this other thing happening. What's that? Passive income. You do not have real estate. I own some real estate. Your real estate does not have income. And as long as your investment doesn't have income, you're going to have stress in life. The goal in life is not to trade time for money. It is to trade time, get money, that's earned income. You do not want earned income. I'll tell you something I read this morning. The CEO of Coca-Cola last year made $80 million, okay? And everybody's like, oh my God, I want to be a boss. This is what everybody in America is doing today. It's so ridiculous. I was laughing to Ryan today. I said, everybody wants to be the boss. The CEO of Coca-Cola made $50 million. An investor in Coca-Cola last year made $508 million in dividends. Okay? The investor is a guy named Warren Buffett. He's not the boss of the company. You guys are all like, I got to be the boss. I got to be in control. You need to shift your thinking today. Real estate, what happens with real estate is I'm not trading time for money, okay? I'm basically trading money that I get for a real asset, something real that produces cash flow, okay? This cash flow is taxed differently than earned income. This money right here is taxed as high as 63% depending on where you live. This is taxed at like 19, if it's taxed at all. In fact, the first 3 years, this investment that I'm giving away today, this gift that I'm giving all of you that actually buy the course. The course is a $15,000 course and you get it for $1,000, $1,040. I'm literally going to take $1,000 of the $1,040 and shift it into an investment for you and your family so that you get to be my partner in a deal, number one. Number two, you get the experience of being an investor, number two. And number three, you get all the benefits, the appreciation, and the cash flow. So you actually get to start seeing how a deal works rather than reading or listening about how a deal works.
So it's safe to say that when somebody invests in the program today, they're going to get checks back.
You're going to get a check every quarter.
They're going to get checks.
As long as the property cash flows. I can't promise that it cash flows, but I've never had one not cash flow, ever. I own 12,400 units that cash flow, okay? So I'm going to own 15,000 units, and then I'm going to own 20,000 units, and one day I'm going to own 40,000 units because units cash flow, okay? I don't want to just have to keep selling records if I'm Michael Jackson, okay, or I don't know who's popular right now. If I'm Jay-Z, Jay-Z don't want to just keep selling records, dude. He wants a piece of the equity. He doesn't want to have to trade his gift for money. Okay, because that gets taxed. What he wants to do is he wants to position himself as an owner of something. an owner in equity, okay? Something real. Rockefeller is real. It's more real than he is, by the way. Rockefeller Records is more real than Jay-Z himself is in his music, or an NFT or a BTC or whatever crypto, Dogecoin or Petcoin that you're investing in. This is real, okay? And I'm not against Bitcoin or cryptos. They don't provide cash flow, though. And as long as you don't have cash flow that is independent of your time, you will always have stress in your life. You will never truly be able to have that vacation where you go to Malaysia or Singapore or you go to Thailand. You're like, I'm going to chill out at the pool, man. Because on the way there, you're like, what's it going to cost? While you're there, what's it going to cost? And when you get back, how am I going to pay for what it cost? Okay, why? Because your passive income should be taking care of your trips. Your passive income is how people should live today. And we have all been miseducated about money. We're like, get a good job, do a good job, trade your most valuable asset. This is what I'm telling Tiffany today. Tiffany starts telling me, yeah, but what about this and what about this? I said, Tiffany, your advice comes from the very people that benefit by your mistakes. She's like, what do you mean? The advice you're giving me right now came to your grandmother and mother through financial institutions and an educational system that both benefit when you make mistakes. It's like going to a casino and they're going to teach me how to play blackjack. They're not going to teach you how to play blackjack. They're going to teach you enough about blackjack so you'll sit at a table and lose your money. They're not going to teach you how to win. You understand? The banks are not going to teach you guys how to win. Financial institutions don't want you to win. They want you to bet. I don't want you to bet. I want you to win, okay? So today you're a winner. All you got to do is go to grantcardone.com/REI. You're a winner.
Invest.
grantcardone.com/invest. You buy the program. 200 people already have bought this become investors with me. 203 people. Congratulations. When I get to 1,000, it's over. That's $1 million. I'm doing my part. $1 million giveaway, literally investment gifts in the project I'm doing right now. And if you guys want to go do it on your own, go do it on your own. Guess what? What's better? What's up, Johnny?
No, we're good.
A lot of stuff going on. What's better than one deal? 2 deals. Go do your own damn deal. You got 10 deals already. Good. I'm going to give you a piece in another deal. What do you got to lose? Nothing. Nothing. You become an investor in another deal with a partner called Grant Cardone, who's got $4 billion worth of this stuff. Now you can put me on your bio as an investor partner. Okay. The fact that you didn't make the investment doesn't mean I can't give it to you. This has never been done before. Okay? So I'm so excited about this. So you understand the problem here, right? You guys are trading time, okay? Ryan Secco. Ryan Secco was a pilot. He learned how to be a pilot. Took him 2 years to become a pilot. He becomes a pilot. He's so excited about being a pilot. He's got his little plane that he flies around in. Is that a plane? Does that look like a plane? He's United Airlines. They give him his little things on his shoulders, okay? And he's flying around the country, and they paid him $125,000 a year. The U.S. government takes about $60,000 of that money from him. He ends up with $65,000 and some health insurance, and all the flight attendants, Dave and Debbie, are his best friends at the Hilton or the Hyatt that they get to stay at. And they get their little food in the morning, and they walk out with their little outfits, and they drag their little things around. And all the kids want to come into the cockpit and say, oh, you fly the plane? Okay, right? So he's ending up with $65,000 a year. How many hours did you work doing this? More than they paid you for, right? Because you had to fly to Illinois to do the flight.
I had to commute to Illinois, yep.
Okay, so he's trading his most valuable asset, time, for money that gets taxed, okay? The thing for everybody to do is actually trade money for real assets, something real that produces cash flow, so that over the next 5 or 10 years, he can actually have some options in life to say, I don't need this $125,000 a year because I'm getting it from my real assets that live for thousands of years, by the way, not 80 years like a body. You can only earn money so long, folks, and then you die, okay? And that's why the U.S. government taxes you so hard, because they're like, we got to get it while he's here. Hit him, okay? All right, let me give you 10 reasons why you guys should be invested in real estate right now. Number 1, this is time tested. This is not a new thing. This isn't like, and no offense to any of these new ideas, this isn't like the metaverse. probably going to be a lot of money made in the metaverse, okay? NFTs, probably going to be a lot of money made in them. Cryptos, the Bitcoins, the Ethereums, I can't even keep up with them. Dogecoin, Petcoin, Gala, Shibu. Like, I don't even know how many thousands of coins are there. The alternative coin, I don't know. Gold, silver. Look, real estate is time tested. For those of you who say, well, gold is time tested, okay? Gold is down 1% this year. This is gold. This year, it's down 1%. And while it was down 1%, it did not pay you cash flow, okay? Real estate's probably up 30% this year in single family homes in most southern cities. Number two, we are in the hottest real estate market of my entire lifetime. Bar none, including 2008, 9, and 10. 2008, 9, and 10 were nothing compared to this. Why? Because the people that are buying real estate today are real investors. These are people with cash, lots of equity, and that are buying cash flow, okay? Number three, ultimate way to build net worth. My net worth for my business today would be about, I don't know, probably $6 or $8 million. Because of my real estate, it's another $600 million from the real estate, and the businesses that I've been working on for 35 years are probably another $400 or $500 million. Ultimate way to build net worth. If I was starting all over again, I would scratch my businesses and I would do real estate every single day. How many times have I told you that?
Yeah.
Dude, if people say, what would you do again? I wouldn't do my other businesses. I got 11 of them. They cannot keep up with the real estate. Are they good? Yes. Do I get to touch people? Yes. Do I get to help people? Yes. I love helping you on a Saturday afternoon. Is it a Saturday?
Yes, Saturday.
Who knows what day it is? It could be any day, right? The ultimate way to build net worth is through real assets that cash flow. Number four, real estate provides the single biggest tax benefits of any single vehicle. There is no vehicle, no investment vehicle on planet Earth that provides the kind of tax benefits of real estate. I'll give you a story. Can I give them a story, Jared, about this one deal I did? Maybe you guys invested in this one deal with me will be one of those deals, okay? I bought a deal for $63 million. I put $15 million down. This wasn't my first deal, okay? But it was a good deal. This was my sixth deal. You're all going to start small too. I'm going to give you a start today, okay? We financed $48 million. I think that was the number on the deal. I kept this property for 4 years, just under 4 years. And because the rents went up, the value of the property went up. The bank came back to me and said, would you like to refinance the property? The bank called me. How many of you'd like to have a bank call you? We'd like to lend you some money. You know, there's an old saying in banking and wealth creation. The banks won't help you when you need it. The banks help you when you don't need it. This is a big hack on the planet, okay? And I'm like, well, okay, how do I get in a position where I don't need help? You have to have real property. You can't get help without real property. You can't get help without some real asset, okay? Now, you guys are like, well, how do I get a $63 million deal? I don't have $15 million. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that today. You know how you do it? First thing you do is you start investing. You got to start somewhere. I started with $3,000. Today, I'm going to give you guys a start. I'm going to literally give you a $1,000 investment in my current deal to get you started so you can start figuring out how to learn, okay? The bank came back to me and said, Grant, we would like to lend you $108 million on this new transaction. $108 million. You like that? Mm-hmm. Yeah. $108 million. I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, Grant, because of the value of the rents, because the rents went up, the value of the property went up, and the value of the property based on the rents can support $108 million worth of new debt. I said, what are we going to do with the 108? I didn't know this. God dang, I wish I knew this when I was 25 years old or 55 years old. Nobody was telling me this when I was 55. Okay, I got lucky. Why did I get lucky? Because I had an asset. You got to put some ET on your ass, folks. You're not going to get lucky without assets. There is no way to get lucky in the financial system without assets. Nobody's going to give you money if you don't have this. And this is the most important thing today. You have to add this to your income, your balance sheet, your net worth statement. You have to start adding assets because without assets, you really don't have value to the banks. Your credit score means nothing to a bank if you have no assets. If I look at your net worth and you're all Bitcoin, I'm like, okay, he's reckless. If you have all cash, he's a coward. If you have real estate, oh, he's real. Okay? Banks love real estate. Wells Fargo, Bank of America, State Farm, Allstate, they all love real estate. Why? Because it lives beyond you, okay?
You want to tell them about that thing about Wells Fargo and how they loan money out?
Yeah, I'm going to show you that just in a second. But watch what happened right here, okay? This provided me with $60 million. I'm talking about tax benefits. The fourth reason you want to buy real estate, the fourth reason you want to invest in real estate, the fourth reason you want to take advantage of this deal today is not because it's free. It's because with it, when I give you this investment gift, you actually get benefits of being involved in a transaction that comes with a thing called depreciation, okay? Because this went up in value, the banks could give me, yeah, all buildings come with depreciation, okay? This value went up, okay? When it also comes with the value of the debt is not taxed. So when the bank gives me, and this is what I want you to pay attention to, not the depreciation, but I want you to pay attention to what's called debt. You see this $60 million? When the bank said, hey, your property can support $108 million. I didn't do anything, folks, I gotta tell you. I didn't do a good speech. I didn't sell any products. I didn't go close a deal. I didn't trade time for anything. I did nothing except wait 4 years, 38 months for the rents to go up. The rents literally went up. I did nothing. I wasn't a better manager there. I didn't paint the building some special color. I bought the right asset at the right time in the right market at the right price, and it lifted. It went up in value, okay? So they give me a check. They say, look, it's, the new debt is 108. We're going to pay off your old loan, okay? You're left with 60 million. Literally, what do you want to do with the 60 million? I said, well, I need to give some to my brother, some to my sister, and some to Jared because they're investors in the deal. Okay. They parted up the money. They shared it. I think I ended up with 55 million. My sister, my brother, and Jared got the other $5 million. I walk away with a check for 55 million, and I said, guys, before you give me that money, what's the tax implication? And on that day, my life was changed forever. They said, man, you don't have a tax implication. I said, what are you talking about, man? Grant, there's no taxes on debt. When you borrow money against a real asset, there is no tax on that. And my whole world shifted, okay? The fourth reason you want to buy real estate is not because of the depreciation you get in the deal, but because of the debt that can't be taxed. It is against the law to tax debt in America. Okay, number 5. This property worked while I was sleeping. I was sleeping and I was working and I was working and I was sleeping and I was going on vacations, and that property value still went up. And Warren Buffett says that, by the way. I think he's the one that says what? If money doesn't make money while you sleep, if you don't learn how to make money while you sleep, you'll spend your whole life. You'll die working to have money, okay? Number 6, the best hedge against inflation. I've been talking about this for 8 years. Guys, inflation is coming, okay? Inflation has actually been here for a long time. Inflation comes in the form of money earning anything, the money that you work for, earns 0.0112%. This is 0.012. This is 1/8 of 1%. You guys understand this? Listen to me. You need 8 years to earn 1% at the bank. 8 years. So if you're 55 years old and you got $100,000 sitting in the bank, it will earn $1,000 in 8 years. I think a lot of people don't get that point. Okay? If you tie this money up for 10 years in a treasury bill, 10 years, this is inflation, by the way. I don't know why the people on CNBC don't tell you guys this. You've been inflated on. The cost of bread does not have to go up. The cost of gasoline does not have to go up. The used car does not have to go up. The computer does not have to go up for you to be inflated on. When money earns less than it was earning, it's a reverse kind of inflation, because your savings account, $100,000, in a 10-year, you tie it up for 10 years, it will earn 1.5%. you will earn $1,500 on 100,000 bucks. Is that right? Am I doing the right math on that? I think I am. 100,000. $100,000 times 0.15. Yeah, 1,500 bucks. So your account in 10 years, in the year 2000, what is that? 2032, will be worth 100,000, and this is going to be taxed at 50%. So you didn't even earn anything. That's inflation. Taxes are inflation. Inflation, the value of your money going down is inflation. What you earn on your money is, and then the cost of bread, gasoline, etc. I know you guys in California are paying $6 for gasoline right now. $5.50, $5.85. Crazy, man. Okay. All right. Number 7. I think we're about almost halfway through you guys taking advantage of this offer of the $1 million. So that's freaking super cool that you took advantage of that. Number 7, refinance capabilities. I just told you about the asset going up in value. When an asset goes up in value, this calculator will not go up in value, okay? It was worth $6 when we bought it, or $10 or $60, whatever the number was. I'm not going to get more money for it. Now, if I put my name on it, put 10X on it, maybe somebody will buy it from me tonight at our gala, at our foundation tonight as some kind of auction gimmick. But the truth is, this thing's going to be $1 or less than $1. My plane that I bought, I buy a plane, that plane's going to zero. It's just when it goes. Okay, I cannot refinance a plane and get more money out of it each time I finance it. But a building that produces income that we'll be showing you today, in Mobile, Alabama, they're out there right now. In Cincinnati, those deals are out there. In Indianapolis, in Detroit, they're out there. In Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Dallas, Texas, Houston, Texas, Austin, California. They're all over the state of California. I promise you, in your backyard. Scottsdale, Arizona, it's not too late. Mesa, Arizona, Tucson, Arizona, New York, New Jersey. You pick a state and I can find you $1 million deal, guaranteed in your backyard, that you can refinance in the future, get money out of it, not pay taxes. Number 8, this is one of the easiest ways to start with no money. I bought my first deal. My first deal I bought with $3,750. I got a little education. My second deal was a $125,000 property, and I bought it with no money. The first deal was $78,000. I actually learned something by doing a damn deal. And the second deal, literally 30 days later, 28 days later, I bought my second deal with no money, and it was 125 grand. I'll show you how to do that today, and I'll show you how to do that in your course, what you're looking for. Number 9, this is the single best asset class in the world to attract investors. I know a little something about this because we've raised almost $700 million from investors through crowdfunding. There is no vehicle, not startups, not apps, not technology, not cryptos. There's not one vehicle across every crowd funding platform. There's not one vertical that has attracted more investors than real estate that has cash flow. Okay, and number 10, power of leverage. Okay, what is leverage? Leverage is I take $4 grand and I buy a $78,000 piece of property. That's leverage, okay? That leverage is what, 15, 16, 18 times? 18 times? That's 18x, okay? If I could find a house with no money down that's worth $125,000 like I did my last deal, that is infinite leverage, by the way. I'll show you that deal today. And I know some of you are thinking right now, you're like, oh, there's no good deals anymore. They're all gone. That's not true, folks. In fact, most of the deals being bought today are not being bought by end users. They're being bought by investors, okay? Real estate is for everyone. It is for everyone, every person, black, brown, white, male, female, college educated, not college educated. You belong to a country club, you don't belong to a country club. It don't matter, man. Real estate is one of those things that you do not have to be connected to. It gives you cash flow plus time times leverage equals something that's going to go up in value. You don't need to be a genius to do this. So I'm going to show you my first deal. I talked about it a little bit. This is the power of leverage, okay? In 1986, I bought a deal. Johnny, is this showing me and it or just it?
It's got both. You're down there.
Yeah, so this deal,
In the corner.
yeah, there you go. I don't see it. This deal was $78,000. I put $3,500 down. The payment on the deal was $375 a month. The rent was $575. And I was like, man, dude, like this is a no-brainer. Okay, I'm making $200 a month, 12 months. I'm doing the math right now. I'm going to make $2,400. I'm giving you an education right now. I put $3,750 down. What's the return on that? You take $2,400 divided by $3,750, or whatever I put down.
75%.
Divided by 64%. I'm like, I'm earning 64% on my investment a year. I was hooked. Okay, I was like, I'm all in. At that time, I was a salesperson. I'd work 5 hours for a $200 commission. All I had to do was find one deal, buy one deal, and I earned $200 every month. Now, this was super cool. Today, had I not sold that piece of real estate because I got scared, I didn't know what I was doing, I didn't have the support of a mentor, I didn't have a network, I wasn't part of a bunch of investors like we are today, like we've created these big clubs and supports. We're going to be doing an event in December 13th, 14th, and 15th, 3 days, a couple thousand people in a room, all supporting one another to buy and gobble up real estate. Had a meeting with Tiffany Haddish today and Tyrone Davis, and I'm like, guys, let's build communities out of people that are buying communities. They're investing in communities, that cash flow, okay? Today, if I would have kept that property, the rent today on this property is $1,750 a month. By the way, how do you know I'm telling you the truth on all this? Okay, let me just go to the property. The other thing I love about real estate, unlike a lot of things online today, you know the guy that's got a lot of companies and he makes a lot of money and he says he invests in a lot of companies? And I say, well, what company do you own? He never tells you anything. There is no names. See, with real estate, you can't lie about real estate. Johnny, can you show my computer? This is an 1,804 square foot single family home in a place called Bel Air, Texas. Does that house look anything like the house I just showed you guys? See, you can't lie about real estate. Today, they say that house is worth $425,000. Is there a way for me to see what they see? I cannot see that. Okay, the rent payment on this house today, I'm sorry, it's not $1,700. I can't even keep up with the rent increase. This rent is $2,294 today, almost $2,300. Can you believe that? That's freaking insane, dude. Okay, do you guys understand? If I owned that house, I would have earned $2,300 times 20 times how many months in a year? $2,300 times 12 times, I bought this in 1986. What is
so
that?
It's 35 years.
Let's just take the last 20 years. I'm going to take off the first 20 years, okay? I'll do the last 10 years times 10. I would have earned $276,000 on that house. I put $3,000 down. And I would still own the home. That's the crazy thing. I would still have the house, right? Yeah, of course, I probably got to put a new roof on it every 10 years. Got to paint it every 10 years. The paint's what, $4,000? $6,000? New roof? How much is a new roof? $5,000. Really? On that? $1,800? $10,000? Whatever, man. Dude, I'm making money here. By the way, when I buy the roof, when I put the paint on, it's tax deductible. You cannot write off a roof and paint on your own house, but you can on a rental, okay? The neighbor comp on this property is $1.1 million. In reality, this property right now, they would tear this down if I sold it or if it was sold. Mm-hmm. The rent collected over 35 years at $1,000 a month would equate to $420,000. The rent collected over 35 years would be almost $735,000, okay? That shows you the value of real estate. Now, what I wanted to show you here was 3 bedrooms, 2 bath. It's still here. I'm showing it to you on Zillow right here. Same house, same trees, same everything, and it's been there since when? See when this house was built? It's not letting me move. I don't know why it's not letting me move.
I mean, if you bought it in 1980, what was it, 1975 probably? It's 1970?
I should always use my computer. Okay, let's see here. Way to sell your home. This is a beautiful thing, home details. See, again, you cannot lie about real estate. People can lie about a lot of stuff. They can trick you about a lot of stuff. That's why banks like to lend money on this. Oh, I'm sorry. This house was built in 1955.
Oh, wow.
This house has been alive longer than I have. And it has paid somebody for $68 I'm sorry, 65 years. One piece of real estate. One guy, normal, everyday guy. That property's still there today.
And was that an FHA loan or?
Yeah, it was a personal house. So what I did was I went to the bank and said, I want to buy this house. How does this work? They said, well, you need to put 3% down. I think that's what it was at the time. Can you make the payment? Yeah. I was planning on buying the house, by the way. Just so you know, you go in, you're like, I plan on living there. I'm going to live there. I got to live someplace. And before the deal actually closed, I had somebody call me and say, hey, could we rent that house that you just bought? I'm like, yeah, man, I think so. I mean, like, if you paid me enough, you could. See, nobody's going to offer you money if you don't have something. You got to own something. You could own a baseball card, okay? But you got to own the baseball card, and the baseball card, they're just going to buy it from you. Nobody's going to pay you to own the baseball card, right? Like this Janice and her sister, they actually paid me to use my building. So I didn't have to give it to them. I just had to provide it to them with working air conditioned heater. They paid the electric, they paid the water, they paid the everything, okay? So there's the deal. Now the research is really easy today, folks. 1117 Sheffield, there's the deal, okay? The property's still there. You can't fake it. That's why people like to invest in real estate. You're going to see some of the money, some of well, everything about it. I can even pull it up again today and see the same thing, okay? Now, the mistakes that I made on my first deal, and you should write these down, had I known what I know now, I would not have sold this property like I did. By the way, I sold the property and doubled my money. How do you double your money? I put it was a $78,000 purchase. I put $3,500 down and I doubled my money. What price did I need to sell for to double my money? There's a lot of people misunderstand real estate. Well, you had to sell it for $150,000. No, actually all I had to do was sell it for $85,000. See, my double was on this money plus the cash flow from the rent. And now I was stupid. I had 100% gain plus cash flow, and the mistake I made was I sold it. What I should have done was got 10 of these. Had I got 10 of these, imagine this, and this is why we talk about 10x. $3,500 down times 10 is $35,000. This is how I want you to start thinking about today. And for all of you out there that took advantage of the offer already, I'm going to give you your start today. Okay, if you already have 6 deals, I just gave you your 7th deal. All you had to do was go to grantcardone.com/invest, buy the course, and I'm going to gift you in an investment of $1,000 in our current deal. This has never been done before, ever. Okay, $3,500. I do this 10 times. I have $35,000 invested, but I own $780,000 in real estate. Because I know a lot of you out there like, I'm never going to build a big portfolio. Yeah, well, yes, you will, because you got to start. I made it easy for you today because here, you get to start. All you got to do is sign the paperwork and you got started. You're an investor. No risk to you except to start, okay? So you would do this by doing it first time, second time, third time, fourth time, fifth time, okay? I'll help you find these deals. You'll know exactly what you're looking for. There will not be a question. You will know exactly what you're looking for, what neighborhood to look, what rent to get, what price to pay, what interest rate on your debt, everything. I'll show you all that, okay? Watch. I would have accumulated $780,000 worth of real estate. That if I fast forward and just looked at that one property that would be worth today, I think it said $450,000, $425,000, 425 times 10. Oh, that's $4,250,000 is what it would be worth today. And what did I pay? $35,000. Okay, you guys that watch Amazon stock, you're like, oh man, Amazon's up 16,000%. Bitcoin's up 250,000%. And like it's off into the stars. It's going to 150 grand by December. Guys, do you understand how good of an investment? This does not compare to Amazon or Bitcoin. This paid me every single month for the last 35 years, except for maybe twice when I had to put a new roof on and paint the place. So let's see, that would have paid me 10 times. The rents are $2,300 now, right? And I got 10 of them. Now I'm earning $23,000 a month times 10 years. I've earned $230,000 in the last 10 years in income. The properties are worth $4 million, and I'm being paid $2,000 a month while the rents keep going up. Now, let me show you guys a little trick here. I would have earned 30 years of cash flow, probably $4 million worth of cash flow, and I put $35,000 on. And I still own $4 million worth of buildings had I 10x'd it and not chickened out. I chickened out because I didn't know what I was doing, okay? All right, so let me show you the real play here. If it's worth $4,250,000, you think I could get a 50% loan on these, Ryan?
I do, yeah.
I would get a loan for $2 million. I would get a loan for this amount right here, okay? This loan, by the way, is tax-free. I would get a $2 million loan. I'm showing you guys how to scale it. You get the first one, you get the 10 of them, you wait for them to season, mature, and the rents to go up, then you refinance them. Okay, watch what happens. I'm gonna take that money right here, and I'm gonna go buy $8 million worth of real estate. Okay, this now is gonna earn maybe $120,000 a year. No, not that much. $12,000 a year. This is still earning $20,000 a year. And I start building a portfolio of real estate that's paying me, not to work, not to trade time, but to make investments, okay? So this is what this deal would have done had I refinanced it. Total value today would be $4.2 million. Cash out, probably could get $3 million out. It still pays me $31,000, and the tax event, for those of you who do not like the IRS, your tax event is zero, okay? Now, how do you do this, okay? Grab this course that I'm offering you today. Real Estate Investor System, buying apartments. It's $10,000 on my website. You can go there right now and see it. It's $10,000. I'm going to give you the real estate resource book. It's $2,500. I'm going to give that to you. I'm going to give you a 3-day event in Miami. First come, first serve on the seats. We only got about 400 seats left. First come, first serve. Once the seats are gone, the seats are gone, and you got to watch it virtual. Either way, you can see it virtual or you can come. That's $5,000. I'm going to give you that. And I'm going to do all that for $1,040. The 16-hour video course, their real estate resource book, the home study manual, and the 3-day event, all for $1,040. And if that's not enough, you want to say something about it?
No, I was just going to say this resource book that Grant's throwing in here has all the deal docs that you need to actually do a deal. So when he has a deal that he's closing, he hires attorneys to draw up letters of intent or purchase and sale agreements. There's lease agreements in here. There's literally eviction notices, non-renewal
Due
notices,
diligence.
lease contract addendums,
Yep.
key release forms, trash letter warnings, like literally all the templates you need for what he uses to manage his deals, the $4 billion in deals. All those documents are sitting in this book right here, and you can just pull them out of this book.
For instance, a purchase and sale agreement. You could spend as much as $10,000 to $50,000 to get a purchase and sale agreement. On a smaller deal, you could spend $4 or $5,000 just on the purchase and sale agreement. I have it in the book for you, okay, showing you exactly what purchase and sale agreement we do. The due diligence. You could spend $50 to $100 per unit. On one single family home, you're probably going to spend $3,000 to $4,000. I don't know, what did I spend on that house that we just did? What did I spend? $8,000, $9,000?
At least, yeah.
I'm going to show you how to do due diligence, exactly what to look for. By the way, you need to know what to look for. Plumbing, electrical. What are you looking for so that we simplify this? I'm going to give you all that in the resource book, the home study manual, the 16-hour course.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do it not for $17,000. I'm going to do it for $1,040. For those of you who are U.S. persons, I'm going to actually take 1,000 of the 1,040 and give you an investment gift in my current real estate deal.
Yep. Can I say one thing on this real quick?
And for those of you don't or not U.S. Persons,
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a credit at my store for $1,000. So this is a no-brainer. First 1,000 people that take advantage of this, I'm going to give you an investment. That's $1 million of investments I'm giving away. And Jared wanted to say something.
Yeah, so a lot of people in the chat are asking how they qualify, what's a U.S. person. So number one is, if you're in the United States, if you're a citizen here and you're over 18 years old, you qualify for the investment. The second thing is, if you live outside of the United States, but you are a U.S. person, meaning you have an employee identification number, you have a company that's based in the U.S., you have a bank account in the U.S. If you are considered a U.S. person, you should know what that means. If you're international and you are doing some type of business in the United States, then you qualify to take advantage of the investment. If you live outside the United States, you're not a U.S. citizen, you're not a U.S. person, you don't live and reside in the United States, you do not have any type of banking or business entity set up in the United States, then instead of the investment, we're giving you guys a $1,000 credit in our store. So either way, you're getting a huge value. By the way, we've done this training in the past before and sold just the course and just the event and have had thousands of people invest. This was just a way for Grant to crank this up. So your 1,040 comes in, and as long as you qualify for the investment, we're going to take $1,000. Grant's going to literally take $1,000 and place it as basically a gift to you. He's going to take that investment. He's going to take that investment. He's going to give it to you and place it in his latest deal. So if you go into the site, you can see the deal right now that your money's going to go into. This is without a doubt the most insane offer that we've ever done.
Nobody's ever done this.
Because nobody has the ability to give you a $17,000 real estate course and then be large enough to be able to say, hey, we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a $1,000 position out of this deal and award it to you, because at the end of the day, we want to reward you for being a student, but we also want to make sure that you cross that bridge and become an investor. And I hope you guys can see here, I've been investing with Grant for about 10 years now. One deal can change everything. One deal that I invested in with him, I put 150 grand into it. It's paid me back so many times without tax. It's magic. And so the most important thing you got to do is get started. And today's an opportunity for you guys to do that. Go to grantcardone.com/invest. grantcardone.com/invest.
And you become a student. Good for you. Awesome. But more importantly, you become an investor. And you're not going to be an investor until you become an investor. So today, literally instant. It's mix and stir. It's like Uber food, Uber Starbucks, make my coffee for me. I just made you an investor today. If I could take money from everybody in Singapore and Dubai, I would. I just can't. I have my hands tied on that. I can't do it. So you guys that want to take advantage of it, you'll get your investment once you complete what's called the
subscription agreement.
Subscription agreement, where you just go in at cardonecapital.com. We send you the link to all that. You finish all that, then we transfer that $1,000
There's a video.
Back to you. Let me just be clear on one other thing. This is a non-refundable event, guys. Once you take your investment, you cannot call me about the course. I don't like the course. I didn't think it would. This is a non-refundable event, okay? I'm giving you an investment. Please, don't dismiss the value of the course, okay? We have people buy this course online, on my website, every single day. They're like, well, how you give it away today? Like, because I can. It's my product. I can do whatever I want to do. When you go and buy the apartment course online or the $2,500 resource book, which people do, we don't give you the $5,000 3-day event for free. Come hang out December 13th, 14th, and 15th. Any one of these things is a reason to do this today. Okay, the resource book that Jared was showing you earlier, I guarantee that thing's worth $25,000 bucks. Mm-hmm. There's one page in that book that's worth 25 grand. The 16 hours that I shot in Aruba on my vacation, talking about how to find a deal, buy a deal, fund a deal, the debt on a deal, how to underwrite a deal. The underwriting, just the underwriting video by itself could be worth millions of dollars to the right person. But I wanted to make you guys an investor today. I don't want you to be Grant Cardone's student. I don't want to be your guru. I want to be your partner. I don't want to be your boy. I don't want to be the guy to get you excited. I want to be the guy that you say, hey, that's my partner, not my mentor. I don't want to be your mentor or your teacher. I want to be a partner with you in deals where we make money. And I want to send you a check every quarter. By the way, this comes with a check every quarter. So I don't know what this thing will earn. I think this is a double, this investment. I don't know if anybody's asking. Is anybody asking?
A lot of people are asking about what's the return.
I think the return's infinite for you, bitch. Like, what's the return? You ain't paying for it. So I think, just kidding with you on the bitch part, but just think about it. I just gave you an investment in a deal, okay? You can't lose your money. You didn't put any money in it. I gave you a part of my deal, number one. Number two, it will cash flow. This property will cash flow. I think this property will cash flow 5 or 6% before the rents start going up. Maybe I miss. Maybe it only does 4%. That's 4% on zero. That's infinite returns for you and your family. So I don't know, it could be $16 a year. It's more than you were getting, okay? Also, when the rents go up, the cash flow increases. Third thing is, I'm not selling this piece of property until I make money on it. I think it's a double. I think your 1,000 becomes worth 2,000, maybe 3,000. Who knows? I've done 4s and 5s before. Ryan was invested with me. But Ryan had 400 grand invested in a deal with me, and we sold it 37 months later. I told him it was going to be 10 years. 37 months later, we sold it. His 400 grand turned into $1.1 million. So I don't know, maybe this $1,000 becomes $4 grand. I know this, you cannot make money if you don't invest. You do not make money because you learned. You make money because you invested. Learning just makes you confident. So today what I did was basically say, here's the course, here's the learning, here's the resource book. Come spend 3 days with me and the 16-hour program, and I'm gonna make you an investor right now, okay? So take advantage of that. We got about 300 spots left and then it's gone. Let me show you my first apartment deal. Because one thing I did do wrong on my first deal, and it was one deal, okay? So I backed up from that and I said, go ahead, Johnny.
Could you advance the slide, please?
Oh yeah, sorry. So I'm like, hey man, how can I advance? Oh wow, okay, there you go. Oh, this is my second deal actually. This is my house deal. This is the house deal that I referred to. I bought $92,000. I sold it for $125. I picked up 30 grand. Literally in 3 years, I made $30,000. You know what I put down on that house? Nothing. Okay, that house is worth $1 million today, and they would tear it to the ground. It's been sold twice in 22 years. Okay, there's been 2 people that made money on that deal, not one. None of us are geniuses. None of us know what we're doing, okay? But we own something that's valuable, and that's why I'm telling you guys, you got to start doing this. Let me tell you about my first apartment deal. This deal was $1.9 million. The builder paid $3.8 to build it. You're going to see some of these deals come around your market. I was having a meeting yesterday with a big bank, and they said, what do you think happens here? I said, I think that there's going to be, if there's any correction, it will be with the builders. Guys that get caught on their loans. This guy got caught. He was building in a hot market, kind of like what we're doing right now. The market fell apart on him right when he needed his building to be completed. I came in, he was beat up. He'd been a year and a half without cash flow. He was starting to get strapped. I put $350,000 down. I financed I think it was 1.5 million. This deal was a screamer, man. I was earning 12% on my money every year on $350,000. I borrowed the $350. Don't tell them, because I didn't. Literally, I borrowed $350,000 from friends and family to buy this deal. Johnny, can you lend me 35? Brother, can you lend me 50? Mama, can you lend me 90? And I pieced it together to buy this deal because I didn't have the dough. See, you guys got excuses. Neither one of us had money. I just dropped my excuses. So if you're taking notes today, if you're going to buy real estate, quit making excuses. Quit saying, I don't have time and I don't have money. Okay? Make the time, drop the excuses, find the money. The money will follow the deal. Okay, in our course, we're going to talk about the three most important things in real estate is the deal, the debt, and then the equity. Most people think it's the money first. It's not. The deal will always get the debt and then always find the equity. In this case, I was able to buy a $1.9 million piece of real estate for $350,000. Those people, by the way, I got the money from were not investors. They literally lent me the money. I think they lent me the money for 8%, and the deal paid 12. Okay, so $350,000 times 0.12 was paying me $42,000 a year, so I could pay them their money. I sold this deal for $4.3 million. I made $2.4 million. I think I was in it 35 months. Stupid me sold the property. Okay, never buy a good piece of real estate and sell it, folks. Listen to me. Never sell your stuff. If you're taking notes, remember this. Rich people sell stuff. Wealthy people never do. Wealthy people never sell. They just keep it. They keep it. They refinance it. They redebt it. They get money out of it. They never pay taxes. They do not get rid of their stuff, okay? They borrow against their assets. They don't sell their assets, okay? And I guess there is a time to sell, but I should not have. Today's value of that property is over $15 million had I not sold it. 15 million. It's worth 5 times, 7 times what I paid for it. If you guys want to learn how to do this and find these deals are in your market right now. Go to grantcardone.com/invest, grantcardone.com/invest. When you invest, I'm going to give you a $1,000 position in our current deal. Okay?
As long as you qualify, you're over 18, you're a U.S. person.
Got to be 18, U.S. person. You got to finish the paperwork.
There's some questions that we'll ask you to make sure that you
you
qualify. And if you don't qualify,
I'll give you a credit in my store if you don't qualify. Okay, so that's a no-brainer. Now, that's an apartment deal I did. At the same time I bought that apartment, I bought a house in one of the hottest markets in the country. Okay, that house was on 6450 Camino de la Costa, La Jolla, California. Let me just see if it's still there. Let's see if it's real. 6450.
I got a lot of people asking too. They're
Yeah, go
asking
ahead.
about Florida. The fund should be approved in Florida any day now. So invest in the course. We'll hold that position for you. And then as soon as Florida gets approved, green light, which should happen any day now, we'll go ahead and put the money in there. A lot of people asking about Florida. So
Yeah, don't worry about it.
You're
We'll
good to
handle
go.
it. We'll
We got
handle
you.
it. Florida.
We got you.
Texas, Washington, Indiana,
It's just Florida.
Illinois, California. We're ready for you guys. Are you ready? Don't make excuses, folks. I'll handle everything. You let Papa Joe handle this, okay? I got you. I'm here with you today, okay? I'm showing you the game. I don't want to inspire you and encourage you and motivate you. This isn't about walking on fire. This is about getting deals. This is about changing your net worth. You guys can walk on fire, beat your chest, get all motivated. When you go to the bank's going to be like, what you got for assets? I had a bank walk in here yesterday give me a check, the biggest damn check I ever had in my life. You know why they gave me that check? An unsecured line of credit. Because I've accumulated assets. They didn't give it to me because I'm good looking, even though I am, or my beautiful raspy voice. Yes, I got one. Yes, I tell good jokes, and I can be a bit eccentric, they say. Okay? They didn't tell me that because I do events with 34,000 people at them, or I know a bunch of celebrities. They didn't say it because I'm the #1 social media marketer in the world. They didn't do it, by the way, because I raised a bunch of money. They do it because I have assets. Okay? You got to have assets, folks. If you walk away with one note today, you need assets for your family that can outlive you. I'm going to show you this property right here, 6450 Camino de la Costa. I'm going to go here on a Google map. And you should do this when you actually go listen to anyone about anything. If you go to a Kiyosaki course, or you go to, what's his partner's name?
Sharon Lecter.
No, not Sharon. No, his partner, the guy that they invest with. Goober. Okay? Whatever the guy's name is. Come on, man, you got to know his name. There's the address of the house, 6450 Camino de la Costa. I should be able to put it in. What's the guy's name? Come on, man.
I know.
Start looking. Okay? Here's the property right here. Johnny, can you...
Grozioso.
No.
Ken McElroy.
Ken McElroy, yeah. So when they buy real estate, man, dude, the thing about real estate is you can't get hoodwinked on it. There's the house. That's the house today in current time. There's the beach in front of it. I bought this house with no money down. Okay? In an economy that was terrible, by the way. $3 million house. I put no money down, got a 100% loan because I stole this house. And the bank knew I was stealing. I had good credit and I had a good job. Now, if you have a good job and good credit, you should be looking for this stuff. You guys are like, I don't have good credit. What about all you guys that do have good credit? And you do have some money in the bank. And you do have some assets. And you do have a good job. And you are dependable. I sold this house for $8.7 million in 2002. There's public records about this. You can go check the public records. The depreciation loss in the house was $5 million. The gain was $5.7 million. I was a professional real estate investor at the time. I got to write off $5 million. What view are they seeing right now? $5 million. Split it. $5 million I was able to write off of my other income, okay? And I got to live in this house for 3 years. Can you change that one to what you see so I can see what you see?
Yes.
I got to live in a house, have fun in a house, live in a great place.
Don't
He said, don't do that.
Yep. Okay.
He said, that's a bad idea.
That's a bad idea.
Okay. And then I took that money, by the way. You went backwards on me, huh? It's fine.
Hang on. I'm getting you caught up here.
Oh,
just,
you are?
Yeah. Just let me just do this and you.
We
do
crazy. I got it. I fixed it. Look at me. Look what I'm doing. Look at me. Don't worry about it. See, this is what I'm saying. You can't fake real estate, folks. You can fake a lot of stuff. You can fake jets. You can fake cars. You can fake photos online. You can fake a lot of stuff. All you got to do is do a property assessment, Google Map, put in the address. You cannot fake real. That's why it's called real estate. Okay, this investment that I'm going to give 1,000 people, you cannot fake the investment. I'm going to give you a document that says what you're invested in. It's one of our current deals. Okay, the tenants are real. They're real people. They come with credit applications, verification. Like the tenants that we have in real estate are more real than the customers I have online. Because you can't fake it, okay? All right, 1031 exchange. This is something that you all need to learn about. In 2003, I exchanged this $7 million sale. That house is worth probably $11 million today. Shouldn't have sold it. But I did, okay? I sold this house and bought another house. It's called the 1031 exchange. Ryan, I'm good, bro. You don't have to hang out here, okay? I had $7 million house. I think there was $7 million worth of gains. I moved it into another house. I then sold that house for $17 million. I paid no tax on this. I think I'm beyond my period of time that they check on you. I traded the money in this house into another house. We repositioned this house. I think I paid for that second, the Oriole house. What did I pay on that house?
What did you buy it for? 7?
See, because I had a $5.7 million gain, and I didn't want to pay taxes. My taxes would have been $2 million. I think I paid $8.3 million on the house, okay? I paid $8.3 for the next house. I put this money down. This $8.3 million, I end up selling the second house in Oriole for $17 million. I owed $4 million on this house. I took the $13 million and put it down on 1,000 units. You remember those 1,000 units I talked about earlier that I refinanced for $108 million? Guys, I hadn't paid taxes on any of these deals. These have all been a $5 million tax gain, no taxes. An $8 million tax gain, no taxes. $100 million new debt on a deal. I walked away with $58 million in cash, no taxes, okay? That doesn't happen in the real world unless you have assets. Now, I'm not bragging to you today. I'm giving you examples. I'm showing you actual properties. Okay, those are real. And anything real, people will find real value. In fact, the people that bought this house, guess what they did to it? Tore it down to the studs. Okay, and literally put the next thing there. Okay, now, while I was doing that house, one day I get a phone call. I'm in Los Angeles, and I hear this guy on the phone. Hey, man, could you get to South Carolina? Could you get to Charlotte, North Carolina? Could you get to Charlotte? Could you come into Charlotte? Yeah, what you got, man? I got a distressed property. It's in Charlotte, 360 units. I said, I'll be on a plane tonight. I got on a plane, flew there. I knew exactly what I was going to be looking at. I knew the second I saw it, I was going to make $10 million on this deal. If you're taking notes, folks, you should know right away what you're looking at. I knew the second I saw it, I was going to make $10 million. I got this property for $8.3 million. My down payment was $400,000. Okay, why am I telling you about that? You don't have $400,000, okay? So what? So what you don't have 400? Real estate is the simplest, easiest thing in the world to raise money for. because other people understand it. The banks understand it, the insurance companies understand it, the tax people understand it. Everybody understands it but you. You intuitively understand it. That's why you're here today. You're like, I know there's something there. For thousands of years, consider that the Catholic Church owns, I think they're the 8th or 9th largest property owner in the world. That's not because of the Vatican, by the way. They've been accumulating real estate for years. Okay, we bought this for $8.3 million. I got a loan. I'll show you how to do all this in the course, by the way. How many you got left?
63.
Folks, there's 63 spots left if you want the $1,000 investment. That kind of worked.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 63 people get a shot to be my partner. Get the course. It's $1,040. You on me, Johnny? It's $1,040, a $17,000 course online. Okay, you 16-hour program, home study manual, the resource book,
The event.
3-day event. You can come live. That's my preference. I'd rather have you in the room with me. I'm there the entire 3 days. I'm there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The entire 3 days, Grant Cardone is doing the entire event. If you've never been to one of my real estate live events, they're sick. If you're enjoying this today, and I hadn't even got into the teaching yet. I told you this would work. Because I want to make you guys investors, man. I'm sick of watching people learn and never get around to the investing part. Okay, so we got 63 spots for you guys to invest in. This piece of property, I'm just showing you possibility here in the first 30 minutes. I'm showing you what's possible. I didn't sell this property and make $10 million. I sold the property for $24 million. Ryan, you were here when I did it. That property, by the way, today is probably worth $40 million. Shouldn't have sold it. The property cash flowed every single month. It had 8 units that were burnt out. It was yellow in color. It was all kinds of problems with it, but I knew the second I saw it that I would make money on it. The guy that called me about it should have been the one that bought it. So many of you guys real estate real estate salespeople out there, brokers out there, people showing houses. Look, this is a good deal, but you hadn't figured out how to buy it. Everybody's seen a good deal before. Everybody watching this today, you've seen a deal, passed by a deal. In fact, look at the number of deals I've done. I can't quite see this because it's a little far away from me, Johnny, but that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 26, 27. That's 27 deals that I have today. I don't think that's all of them, is it? No. The ones I'm working on right now are not even in there.
You've got 32 plus. So
I got 32 deals. Those are some of the deals I have. Again, real estate is real, okay? This is my portfolio since I started. Everybody starts with zero, folks. Okay, Johnny, split screen. Everybody starts with zero. I started with nothing, okay? Here's my entire career with real estate. Notice, I'd get 200 grand, 2 units, then I go to 178 units, then I go to 600 units. It took me a while to do that. It took me like 5 years. And then I took a break. Okay, I was distracted in life. I had people in my head telling me oh my God, it's overrated, it's overheated, gold, silver, this, that. I was listening to the wrong people. I should have stayed on my game right there. I got around the wrong people, wrong network. I was doing this on my own, by myself. I didn't have the right people with me. Okay, then what happens? I get around the right people again. I start growing again. Bang, I go to 2,000 units.
I think that's when I started right there.
That's right. Jared comes along. Boom, Jared gave me some enthusiasm. I got around the right network, got rid of the wrong people. Sold 2,000 units, went down to 500. This is 2008, right before the collapse. Shouldn't have sold them. I know some of you, your timing's perfect. If you think that my timing was perfect in 2008, 9, and 10 and I sold, you would actually misunderstand real estate. I should not have sold any of those 2,200 units that I had. I should have kept them because they would be worth a fortune today. And then I started adding again, 500 units, 1,000. Now what I'm getting now is what I'm going to give you with this course, which is confidence to know what to buy, when to buy, where to buy, how to buy, what to put down, and what to pay. Okay? 1,000 units, 2,200 units, 3,400 units, 4,500 units, 5,800 units, 10,780 units, and the damn chart can't keep up with me because I'm at 12,400 units and growing every single day. It says $3.2 billion. Folks, I started with zero. I'll be at $4 billion by the end of this year. This is real, okay, Johnny? This is real, okay? You cannot fake this. You can't make claims about this, okay? I can tell you guys that I sold $1 billion worth of real estate on the internet, $1 billion worth of programs on the real. I can't show that to you. You can look up the addresses of every one of these pieces of property, okay? Here's a deal that we did just 3-4 years ago. Distressed deal in one of the hottest markets in the country. Y'all always seeing me buy these big deals. Look at this deal. Piece of garbage, trash, junker. Still got it though, okay? 104 units. Jared, remember this deal? This is in your backyard right now. I'm gonna show you guys some of these deals. I bought this deal for $5.1 million. Stole this. Told Jared, you got any dough, bro? I'm gonna make you rich. I'm gonna give you an investment. Did I not give you this investment? I said, here, I'm giving it to you. That's what I'm doing for you guys today. Okay, how many we got left? Okay, guys, if you want to take advantage of this, you need to get it now because I think he's got 45 spots left. 45, we're done, we're over. I can't just sit here and give you all the real estate that I own, even though I own a bunch of it. I guess I could do this for a while. Okay? I want partners, folks. I don't want students. I want partners, okay? So look, here's the deal. The seller wanted $6.1 million. I remember these deals. I can't even read that. What does it say? Seller wanted what?
6.1.
Yeah. I paid him, I think I paid 4.8. 5.1. I think I paid him 5.1, and then by the time we got to close, it went to 4.8 because I said, look, I got to put 300 grand in because this is wrong and this is wrong and this is a problem, and you got some polyurethane plumbing, and you got a roofing issue, and you got paint problems, and you got some the handicap access stuff was a problem, right? So we pounded this dude into the ground, basically. He sells me the real estate. This property. Jared helped me with the financing of it. Me and Jared partnered on the deal. I raised 400 grand plus got a line of credit from a bank. I'll show you how to do all this stuff, folks. 104 units. The rents were 800. What are they now, Ron? The rents on this deal? $1,500. The rents today are $1,500, but we immediately painted the building, put a new sign up. It went from pink to yellow. Yellow's a good color. I've used it many times. The bank's like, why you paint it yellow? Because shit works. Mustard yellow. Okay? Don't always use that as your color, by the way. We threw some palm trees in the place, got rid of some old blue rails, changed the sign, changed the name of the property. Didn't we change the name? Okay? The rents immediately went up $200. Okay? We refinanced it, what, 3 years later? 2 years later?
No, the first refi was like in the first 9 months.
Okay, remember what I paid for it? $4.8 million. We refinanced it for $14 million. I cashed out $5 million in cash. It still pays us 20 grand a year. I'm sorry, 20 grand a month. Okay? These are deals that I've sold. Shouldn't have sold any of them. Look how many different deals I've sold. 1, 2, Realm, the Tennessee portfolio. Oh my God. Okay, Summerstone, sold that. Claremont, oh my God, I shouldn't have sold that. Pueblo Villas, Sunset View, Vista, Montana, Westgate Park. You can look all these up. These are all in Tucson, Arizona, okay? Sold
Barcelona,
Camelot. Oh my God, in Chula Vista, I had 1,000 apartments in San Diego, California. When I sold those properties, the rents were $1,200. Those rents are $3,000 and $3,500 a month now. Shouldn't have sold any of this stuff. Mm-hmm. Now, why am I telling you all this? I'm telling you all this to tell you guys the deals are out there right now. Here's the deal right now in Birmingham. Let's bring you to the educational part now, okay? You guys that want to take advantage of this. These are deals I've done, and I haven't quit doing deals. So I know some of you are like, oh yeah, but you did that in the past. There's deals out there right now. I'm going to show you a deal right now. There's 10 units in Birmingham. It's 350 grand. You could take this deal, you could put $15,000 down. You have a better chance of getting a loan on this with $15,000 than you do a car loan today. I'm telling you, some of you out there get turned down on a Ford truck right now at 80 grand, and you'd get approved on this. Why? Because the bank knows this is going to be worth more in the future, especially if it had a tenant. This thing's going to produce NOI. NOI is a very important term in real estate. NOI is net operating income. That is the gross rent less the expenses equals this number called NOI, net operating income. This is probably the most important number in real estate, second to one other number. Okay? This is the educational part, so I want you guys to get this. Whether you want to take advantage of this or not is up to you. I'll give you as much as I can in this, couple hours, but I don't want to overwhelm you and then you can't go back and have something to reference. That's why we put the course here. This course is 16 hours. This is not an instant course. It's 16 hours of video plus 3 days live. I can give you a couple hours today for nothing, okay? You can give up on it, do nothing with it, or you can be like, I'm going to grab this and Grant makes me an investor. As long as you're a U.S. person. If you're not a U.S. person, I'll give you a credit at my store against this purchase, and you can use that for anything else that I do this year, next year. It never expires, okay? Anytime you want to use it, okay? Now, the debt on this deal was $18,600. That means we had cash flow of $12,000. Why am I showing you all this? Okay, see this NOI? NOI is what determines what the debt can be. Your credit has nothing to do with how much debt they're going to give you. Your experience in real estate as an investor, when you go to the bank and you're like finding your first deal, is this your first investment? You're going to be like, no, I have an investment with Grant Cardone. Okay, if you do this deal today and this is your first deal ever, when you do this deal today, when you sign up for this U.S. person, and you're a U.S. person, okay, you immediately become an investor. So when you go to the bank and say, hey, is this your first real estate? How many real estate investments? I got a deal with Grant Cardone. Who's Grant Cardone? Oh, he owns $4 billion worth of real estate. You guys should become passive investors first. You agree with that, Ryan?
Agree.
You should have the experience of being an investor so you don't make a mistake. This provided $12,000 worth of cash flow. This would give you right now on this deal in Birmingham, Alabama today, okay, an 80% return on your down payment. Now, let me just go live here. I'm going to go live. I pulled up Mobile. There's Mobile. I'm going to pull up Mobile, Alabama. Can they see it, Johnny? Huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See this? Watch. I'm gonna go to Mobile, Alabama right now. Look at this house right here. $9,900, 2-bedroom, 1 bath. It's on Orange Street. I don't know where that is. Probably close to downtown. I'm just making that up. I don't know. This house is $9,900. What's the rent going to be? I need to fix the porch. I'm probably going to have to reinforce these columns. Looks all beat up. Yeah, it's beat up. Put a little swing set right there. This thing needs a swing bad right there. $9,900.
2 beds, 1 bath.
2 bedrooms.
800 square feet.
$500, $600.
Yeah, you got to get rid of the leather chair on the front, okay, the rocking chair. Come see this, Ryan. Come see this. Tell me what you do with this. I got to put shrubs right there in front of that little cement porch. I got to paint the place.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, this is a freaking steal. Mm-hmm. Okay? Johnny, you should go buy this, Johnny. I know you got $9,000 sitting in the...
Do some nice little landscaping on there.
Yeah, you need new windows in it. You need a shrub all the way around. Put shrubs all the way around here. Mm-hmm. Put a little oak tree in the front yard. Mm-hmm. Clean this up. Get rid of the trash cans. Okay? Get rid of the electrical right here. Mm-hmm. Get rid of the leather seat.
Power wash.
Okay? Get rid of the crackheads that live inside the house. Put a fence around it. See that fence over there in the neighborhood right over there?
$10,000.
Put $10,000 in it. You own it for $20,000. Okay. Let's say it rents for $1,000 a month.
$600.
You want
to? $10,000.
Okay, $600. $650 a month times 12, $7,800 in the first year. Folks, these deals are out there. Okay. Let me go to a different city. You're like, I'm in California. That shit don't exist in California. Okay. Guys, there's so much shit in California. You guys, all you do is like talk about what's not in California, but you won't leave California. Tell you what I'd do. I'd go live in Mobile if I could grab enough of this stuff. Here's Bakersfield, California. This is random right now in real time. Okay, here's the deal. 282 days on the market, 2-bedroom, 1 bath, Bakersfield, California, $41,000. Johnny, can you see this one?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're going to tell me, I don't know, this looks like terrible, but I'm just, what is this? Is this a mobile home? It is a mobile home.
Scroll
Dude,
down.
it's pretty
There's-
awesome.
Scroll down. There's a couple more down there.
Okay, all right. But I don't mind a mobile home. Mobile homes work. It's real. It's more real than NFT is. Okay, look at this little house. 1,900 square feet. There was an era. There's land. There's blank land right there, blank land. I don't want land. I want this. Oh, look at this little house. This shows you the possibility when you clean something up. See, somebody cleaned this house up. They did to this house exactly what I was telling you guys to do with
the
that house
other-
in Mobile.
the other house, yeah.
They put on new paint, new trim around the windows, new landscaping. They put the rock in to get rid of the irrigation, reduces their costs. Okay. They got a little carport over there. They got the fence. I mentioned the fence. Fences always sell. Landscaping always works. Paint always works. They put the new floors in on the front. People are like, oh man. They put the grass in the backyard. Oh, I'm going to be so happy here. My little kids get to play back here. Okay. We got a little dog back here. And these people are going to rent this for, let's see how much. It's $95,000. What's the rent on this joint? Estimated payments $478. What do you think?
Rent 1,400.
Yeah. So watch. This guy's going to buy this. His payment on it's going to be $500 a month. What do you think it rents for?
I'm just guessing 1,400.
$1,400. He makes $900 a month times 12. $10,800 per year. All the interest is deductible. All the property taxes are deductible. All the roofing, the paint, everything you do, the gate, the fence, the hose, the electrical, every minute you spend on that property, by the way, is a tax deduction activity. And that's why so many people love real estate. Let me go to my market. Let's see. Fort Lauderdale, Florida. One of the hottest markets in the country. We have about 8,000 apartments in this market. What's the average rent in Fort Lauderdale, Miami today?
$2,000. That's on the low side.
Yeah, 8,000 times 2,000. Do the math on that. That's 16 million a month. Is that right? Damn,
8,000 units.
yeah, that's
times-
gonna make
yeah.
a lot of money, man. Times 2,000. It's $192 million a year in gross income. Got to start somewhere, folks. I started with zero. You guys don't have to start with zero. All you got to do is grab this course today and I'll start you with one. I mean, it's a no-brainer. Like, how's this even possible? Oh, by the way, when you guys buy the course today, check this out. When you buy the course for $1,040, that is a tax-deductible event. Everything you guys do should be about taxes. First, it should be about growing your assets, and the second thing, it should be about taxes. But when I could spend money, if I could buy this belt and write it off, I'd probably buy the belt, okay? So when you spend $1,040, check this out. You get a tax deduction. I think in most places. Because it's an educational student expense, okay? Then I'm going to turn around and give you a $1,000 investment in the real estate deal that I'm doing right now. Now, I'm sure that's going to be taxed at some point.
They'll get a 1099 for it.
You'll get a 1099. So when I send you the income, there's going to be taxes on the income. Thank God you got some income. And then we're partners, okay? We're partners on a deal, okay? So let me show you the prices in Fort Lauderdale now. Here's a house in Fort Lauderdale right now, condo that's for sale. Johnny, we got a split? $69,000, brick, concrete brick. That's what you want here. It's apartment 923. The rent on this is going to be, let's see what it says for rent. I'm doing this in real time. I haven't had any preparation on this.
Yes, it is possible to invest more than the 1,000. You just simply change the number.
No, I don't think they can do it like that. They just got to call
Do a
us.
separate
Call
one.
and do it separate, yeah. So this is a $65,000 piece of real estate. It was listed for sale for $75,000. It was actually one time it was $65,000. They're having trouble selling this actually. I don't know why they're having trouble selling it. You have to do the research. The property taxes are $68 a month. Principal and interest is $245. Home insurance is $24. HOA fees might be the problem with this property, $215 a month. But that puts me at a total of $553. There ain't no way this doesn't rent for $1,500. Ladies and gentlemen, this house right here, you can make $1,000, $12,000 a year and start building assets. Fort Lauderdale, without question. It's got to be Fort Lauderdale, Denver, Austin, Ryan, what else is on fire? Miami's on fire.
You said Phoenix.
Orlando, Tampa, Phoenix, Scottsdale's on fire. I mean, these markets are on fire.
Nashville.
Okay. Even people are moving back into New York and New Jersey and buying real estate. Like it's not, this isn't going to not change. Why? Because we have printed this product. Okay. If you print 10 times the toilet paper, and you could actually get the toilet paper to the Home Depots, the Costco's, the Walmarts, and the Kmart's, the cost of toilet paper would go down. Everybody agree? Jared, you agree with that?
I agree.
Okay. See, this money is being devalued, ripped up, because it's being overproduced. You can't overproduce real estate. You can't just go out quickly and start putting up real estate. We have people come from New York, New Jersey, Illinois, down into Florida that's inflating the value of the property and the rents as well, okay? All right, back to our education here. Jared, and you can just send me questions as you get them, okay? Let's go back to our deals here. The real estate investor system, by the way, people are asking what's in it. 16-hour video course, $10,000. Real estate resource book, $2,500. 3 days live with me. Turnberry Hotel, December 13th, 14th, and 15th. The entire thing is on sale today while we're here for $1,040. Okay. Introduction to buying apartments, 16 hours, 3 days with me. The access to the real estate resource book. This is the purchase and sale agreement, due diligence, rental agreements, leasing agreements, due diligence checklist, even brokers around the country that you can call. And I'm going to give you a home study manual as well as a bonus so that you know how to call, what to say, how to introduce yourself. And when you act today, while we're live, I'm going to give you a $1,000 investment in my latest deal. What are people saying about this? Are they saying this is insane?
Yeah, they're saying, thank you, this is crazy, this is insane, I can't believe it. A lot of people saying, how do I qualify if I'm international? There's the people are jumping all over this.
Yeah, guys, take advantage of it today. Figure all this other stuff later. If you're international, if you're not a U.S. citizen, you're not a U.S. citizen. If you're not a U.S. person, if you don't have a EIN number here, if you don't know what any of this means, you don't have it. Let's just keep it real.
Yeah.
This is not complicated. Oh, can I do it? Don't complicate it. Buy the damn thing. I'll give you a credit at my store. Okay? If you want the investment, get the investment. There's no loser here. You're getting the course. Okay? You're getting the course either way. If you can't take advantage of the investment, I'm going to give you a credit at my store. This is a no-brainer. Okay? All right. 4-deal unit in Bakersfield. I picked it out earlier. My team found this deal this morning. Johnny said, Grant, show them this deal. This deal right now is available in Bakersfield, California. $345,000. The NOI is $15,000. That's the net operating income. That is gross income less expenses. You're going to put $10,000 a month of debt on it. It's going to cash flow $60,000 a year. Is that right? How can that even be? Okay? No, it's going to cash flow $5,000 a year.
A year, yeah.
Oh man, that's nothing. It's $400 a month more than you had, and you got an asset that's going up in value. Okay? Here's an Airbnb opportunity in one of the hottest markets I mentioned earlier, Scottsdale, where we're opening up offices right now with my partner Brandon Dawson. $360,000, $18,000 will buy this. Gross income is 1,000 times 180 nights.
Yep.
See what you're going to do here? You're not going to rent this by the month. This is going to be a short-term rental. Tremendous opportunity. in real estate today is to do Airbnb, short-term rentals. Your net, by the way, you're only using this 50% of the year. This assumes that it's vacant 50% of the year. Because, there's 3 months nobody wants to be in Scottsdale, okay? That's when you can go stay there and swim in the pool and take care of the place. Your payment's $12,000. You got a 67% return on your investment. At the bank right now is paying you 1/8 of 1%, so that's going to take you, divide that by 67. That would take you, 67 divided by 0.0118. That would take you 5,677 years to catch up with that deal. You guys think I'm kidding, but I'm not. Okay, takes you 8 years to earn 1% on your money today. This deal is going to earn you 67%. This deal is 67 times faster than a treasury bill, a 2-year treasury bill. Okay? Pay attention to this, folks. Your family needs to get invested with this. I know some of you are like, I work too hard. I don't have time. You need to make time for this. This is what I'm telling you. 8-unit JV deal, 4 partners. This is available right now. $950,000, 4 partners, $50,000 each. This will cash flow at $11,000 a year. These are all over the country. Okay, now I want to share, when you're looking at deals, when you leave here today and you decide to go out and do deals in your own neighborhood, I'm going to share with you some things, some unbreakable strategies. Never violate these things and you will make money in real estate, okay? Number 1, never compromise your location. These are the unbreakable rules, and they're in this order. Number 1, location, location, location. We've all heard that before, but I want you to understand, never compromise location. I'm better off paying a higher price and not compromising my location. Number 2, it's called the 1% rule. The 1% rule basically says that if you're paying $100,000 for the unit, you can pay $1,000, and you get rent of $1,000. I never know how to say this exactly. How do you say the 1% rule? It's basically the rent. If the rent represents 1% of the purchase price by the entire neighborhood, most of the stuff today we don't even need a 1% rule. If I get a 0.5%, that means if that's $100,000 or $150,000, okay, and I'm getting $1,500, that's a 1% rule. Okay, it can keep changing. You understand? If the property's $250,000 a door and the rents are $2,500, that's a 1% rule. So those of you who are like, oh, that thing's too high now. No, you're wrong, man. The rents went up. The rents are what is supporting and taking care of this. A house is not a home. And dude, this is not a house. Okay, a house has nothing to support its value. I was telling my friend this morning this. I said, look, a house is not what we're buying here, guys. I'm buying rental property. Investors are consuming the housing stock in this country. We had a shortage before COVID hit. We have a bigger shortage now. Why? Because investors are buying your housing stock in your market and turning it into rental property. Use the 1% rule. Number 3, units. The number 1 most important number in real estate, I said earlier, the second most important number is NOI. The most important number in all of real estate is how many units you own. Okay? If you can get this, you guys will put a little less time into your business and your career and more time into this. Watch this. 1 unit at $1,500, and the rents go to $2,000. That's $500. 100 units. Okay, let's just do 25. 25 units at $1,500. It's working, by the way, right here too. But when those go to 2,000, $500 becomes what? $12,500. You understand? Is that right? Did I do that right?
That's correct.
25 times 500. Yeah. Okay. See, this is the single most important number. The number of units that you have is more important than the unit that you have. Because units, Amazon, Facebook, Google, Apple, units, they're selling
Scale.
units. Huh?
Scale.
You're scaling, okay? Real estate is one of the easiest things in the world to scale. So imagine this. When you guys are investing alongside me and I have 12,400 units and the rents go up $25, just $25 a month. No, notice they go up 25 bucks, but they go up 25 every month. That's really $300. Okay, so 12,400. Watch how fast why I'm so excited about real estate. That's 310,000 a month. New money. Okay, so when you guys invest with me, understand that when I start scaling my operations, I can reduce the expenses and actually provide a better experience so that we can start raising these rents. Now, check this out. We're in the year 2021, whatever year we're in, right? 2022, let's say. And let's go 10 years, 2032. What do you think what do you think this rent will go up in 10 years? Those are 25, let's say they're $2,000 today. What will they be in a decade? Let's see what the audience says. What do you guys think the rents, let's say the location was never compromised, great property, great location, great jobs. 10 years from now, if the rents are $2,000 today, how much will they go up in the next 10 years?
Waiting. There's a little bit of a delay with these guys online. 3,000. KJ says 3,000 from 2,000 to 3,000. DeWeed says 3,400. Ford says 4,500. Dan G 15%. Eric says 3,200. Shalini says 5,000. Valerie 3% a year. Pam 4,000. Kiki at least 3,500.
Okay, a lot of people believe in the old 3% thing. Okay, they're like the rents are going to go up 3%, but people just say that because that's some BS thing that's been used on inflation. Inflation is 3% a year. Inflation's been almost 16% on housing this year. So at 3% a year, 3% of 2,000 is
$60.
huh?
$60.
$60. Well, yeah, but it's 30%.
Right.
30% over 10 years. So that's going to be $600. So this rent will be $2,600. I'll guarantee, I'll bet everybody in this room right now, the rents are more than $2,600 in Fort Lauderdale in the year 2032.
Oh my gosh.
I'll give everybody here $10,000. Everybody watching right now, there's hundreds of thousands of people on this program right now. I'll give everybody watching 10 grand in 2032 if the rents are only 2,600. Everybody. You guys just come collect the money from me. You go, hey man, your property's 2,600. Guys, my rents are going to be 2,600 on most of my properties by the end of next year. Forget the end of this decade, okay? These rents are going to be closer to $5,000 in the future than they are 2,600. You guys are forgetting the printing press. Everybody's like, it's the 3% rule, man, 3% rule. And you forgot that we just printed $5 trillion of money. $5 trillion has to go someplace, okay? So, but let's say it's just that, okay? And they only went up $600. It's impossible. That'll never happen. I'm willing to bet on it, times 12,400 units. That's $7 million in new money a month. Johnny, now I'm getting rich. That's $8.9 million a year. If these rents go to $4,000, okay, it's $2,000 a month. That's why you guys got to think about scaling. The reason I'm talking to you about these big numbers right now is I don't want you to think about one deal. I want you to think about one deal, 10 deals. That's why I gave you the first deal. The first deal, then you're like 10 deals, 10x rule. 10 deals to 100 deals, 100 deals to 1,000 deals. Everybody watching, you right now need to be thinking about 1,000, 2,000, 5,000. How many units do you have with me now, Jared?
13 investments.
He's got 13 investments across all the deals that I've done. I don't know what that represents. He's probably.
What's the average unit?
You're probably 5% of my maybe you're 2%, 2%. Let's say you're only 2% of all the stuff I own. Jared's got 248 units, okay? His goal is to go to 400 units and to go to 600. He doesn't have to manage the deals. To be a beneficiary of the deals, okay? Number 4, always use debt, folks. Debt is good. This is not Dave Ramsey's universe, okay? Dave Ramsey doesn't have any of this real estate. He's not a real estate investor. And you know, hey, Dave, you've done a good job of getting people aware about debt and not using bad debt and consumer debt and credit card debt, and it's garbage, okay? Got it. I'm with you, Okay, I'm not really with you on the whole thing about not buying a car because you'd rather ride a bike. Probably better for your cardio. But the reality is, this debt, when I buy a deal, let's say I find a deal in your marketplace for $1 million, and you and your friends can put $250 down, and you finance $750, and you get this at 3%. Okay, and this money right here is earning nothing at the bank. Nothing. It is earning nothing. Okay, and you can borrow this money for 3%. And then you can take this building, let's say this is 10 units. And these 10 units are $1,500 a month. Okay? That's $180,000 a year in income. And you borrow $750. And this costs you $22,500 a year, okay? And you're like, hey man, this is a good deal. Your debt is not expensive. Your debt is giving you the opportunity to fund a business that pays you money and you don't have to work. All you got to do is fill up these 10 units, okay? Now, if these rents go to $2,500, this number explodes and you didn't do anything to raise the rents. Come on, man. You didn't change the location of the property. What'd you do? Throw some paint on it? Hey, Bobby, can you paint that thing pink? No. Grant said to paint it mustard yellow. And he said to put 2 palm trees up front, put a damn fence around it. And you know what? Once you pay the cops $500 a month to make sure they're in front of it all the time. Rather than parking down the street, they park in front of your place at 2 o'clock in the morning and drink their coffees and eat their donuts. There's not a cop in the United States of America that won't park in front of your place for an extra $500 a month. Think about it, guys. You need assets. You need something that fits and sits in one place in a good location that the bank will put you debt on. By the way, if the bank will not give you good debt, stay away from the deal. Okay, these are my unbreakable rules. Number 5, what you want barriers to entry, okay? Barriers to entry. Swamps are barriers to entry. You cannot build in these swamps. When you guys pass over Florida, you're like, there's so much land down there, okay? Sure. Half of it is a swamp. There'll never be anything there but alligators and moccasins and some hillbillies, okay?
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw! Ocean on this side, swamp on that side, okay? Now, watch what I got down at the end. I got more ocean down there, and what do I have north of me? Like, that's the only way I can go. So you have barriers to entry. California, you got mountains on one side, you got an ocean on the other, and you got a corrupt government. Barriers everywhere. What do I mean by the corrupt government? In cities where they have lots of regulations, those are barriers to entry. Democratic cities are tremendous markets. Okay? Be very careful. And number 1, never compromise location. Be careful of the opportunity zones. Look for barriers to entry, which means permits, the cost of permits. When I was first buying in San Diego, California, I was buying real estate for $200,000 a door. Some of it cheaper than that. The documentation to permit one unit was $80,000 for permits. I'm like, you cannot build this for 120 grand. It was impossible. So I knew I was stealing. Okay, I remember buying stuff for $80,000 a door and the permits were $80,000. So you're looking for permits. I'm going to teach you all this in the course, by the way, folks. What is a barrier to entry? What makes a good location? What is good debt? Number 6, below replacement cost. Okay, now a lot of people don't understand this replacement cost thing. Replacement cost has nothing to do with what something is worth. I could pay $1 million for something and still be below replacement cost. I could pay all the money they want and still be under replacement cost. Replacement cost is the cost to build plus time plus soft cost, okay, plus interest. So what's the cost to build? Let's say it costs $1.2,500,000 to build. It's going to take me 4 years to build it. Soft costs are going to cost me another 300 grand. Okay, architects, designers, engineers, etc. And percentage, I got to borrow money to do this, and that cost of money is another, let's say another $100,000 because I had to get loans on it. And that interest costs money, and I'm not getting anything. See, the cost to build here, in this case, maybe I'm overpaying. But this is why developers make so much money, because they could see into the future and they could be like, we might be overpaying today, but these cost to build replacement costs, when this is built, will put us under what it costs to build. We're looking at tearing this building down that I'm in right now. My guy showed me, he's like, the cost to build here is going to be like this, this, and this. Here's 3 options. And I told Ryan, what did I tell you? I said, dude, I'll take all of them. Right. Like, they're all cheap. Because I understand in the future, the cost to build here, first because of the barriers to entry, because of the location, because of permitting, because of the city here, it will be impossible in the future to build here at any cost. Forget the $1 million a unit. Okay, number 7, always underwrite to your worst case scenario. What's the worst case, man? The worst case is I'm going to get $1,500 a month. I'm going to get it for 10 months, okay, not 12 months, and then they're going to leave. And then it's going to take me 2 months to get another person for 10 months. So take your worst case scenarios, your expenses, okay, your renters, advertising. Don't look at everything as like I'm going to sell this and flip it. Flippers always get killed. It's just when they get killed. Be patient with your real estate. Use your worst case scenarios. When you're underwriting expenses, and I'm going to go into this in detail, we underwrite expenses at 40 to 50% depending on where we are. Texas, Florida, we're going higher. In states where they don't have income taxes, you're going to go higher on your expenses, not lower. New York City, New Jersey, Illinois, Baltimore, Boston, California, man, you need to look at expenses going up. Particularly when you're buying something from someone else, your tax base is going to go up. So underwrite to worst case scenario. Number 8, look, if it doesn't cash flow, if you're buying something that brings in $1,500 and it doesn't make you $500 in cash flow after the debt and the expenses, make a note here. If there's no cash flow,
Just say no.
just say no. You don't need to figure it out. Kevin O'Leary asked me, he's like, how do you pick your deals? I said, I never, ever. He's like, what price do you pay? I said, dude, I don't even worry about price. Price is the least of my concerns. He's like, what do you mean? You don't buy low and sell high? No, man. That's why you don't buy real estate, Kevin. Look, number 1, don't compromise location. 2, always use debt, okay? Use the 1% rule. Look for barriers to entry. Be below replacement cost. Use your worst case scenario. And if there's no cash flow, I say no. Period. He's like, oh, that makes sense. And that's how we got so many units. We literally change what we're looking for, but we never violate these unbreakable real estate rules. Number 9, price is the least important metric. It's killing you and keeping you from buying stuff. You real estate investors out there, ask yourself, how many deals have you missed over price? How many great deals have you missed over price? How many deals have you nickeled and dimed and lost millions because of a roof? Because of some sidewalk that was out of place, some paint job that needed to be done, some freaking polybutylene plumbing that you could have replaced for $100,000. How many millions have you lost over price? Okay, number 10, got to know your exit. When we buy, we know how to get out. Okay, at my company, we have 3 exits on everything. We have the normal exit. These are exits. How you sell. An exit is a sale. Sell it for a profit. I know when I buy something what the next guy can pay for it. That's why you have to know the underwriting. I think in course number 8.
Yep. Yeah.
In course number 8, okay, on our offer, grantcardone.com/invest, grantcardone.com/invest. On video number 8, I'm going to spend an hour and a half of the 16 hours underwriting how to sell for a profit. That means I have to know what Jared can pay me, how much debt he can get, in order to know how I can exit for a profit, okay? That's one exit. Another exit is a refi. It's called an exit, no exit, okay? We'll spend an entire video course. A lot of stuff going on, man.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Okay. How do I exit and not leave? How do I get my money out of the deal? This is number 2, it's a freaking holy grail, okay? And then there's a third exit. Now the third exit is only available to those of you who get really big. And that is, there's actually multiple exits off of this, is we could sell it to sell a portfolio. Any of you out there that have 10 or 20 homes, you should be looking at this number 3 option. You should not be selling one home at a time. If you have 20 homes, 40 homes, maybe you got 60 units, you got 3 or 4 properties in different places, you should not sell those as individuals. You should not do number 1. You should do number 3 and sell as a portfolio, or you should join with another portfolio and actually start bulking and bolting on portfolios, because people will pay premium for portfolios today. And the exit, no exit, number 2 and number 3 portfolio sales is the way to literally maximize your values. And you should be able to do that, know that when you're buying, know your exit on the purchase. Number 11, the refi never sell, man. This is how the wealthy keep getting wealthy. And I'm gonna show you some of the deals, 7 reasons that you guys should be really leaning into this. First of all, you want to make the offer, Jared? Tell them what we're doing here today.
Yeah. So grantcardone.com/invest. Here's what we're going to do. We put together a 16-hour real estate investing training program. It's called the Introduction to Buying Apartments. It's a 16-hour program. It literally covers everything that Grant is doing in his business, how he started with 1 unit, went all the way up to over $3 billion, almost $4 billion today. Covers everything along the way, from finding deals, raising money for deals, underwriting deals, managing deals, exiting deals, and continuing to grow your real estate portfolio. This is a core product of ours. It's a $10,000 program. In addition to that, you're going to be getting the home study manual that goes along with that. This is a $2,500 add-on. As one of the bonuses, you're getting our resource guide. This is the book that basically contains all of Grant's deal docs. Application for residency, leasing checklist, make ready checklist, loan package due diligence checklist, purchase and sale agreement. All of the docs that he spends tens of thousands of dollars per deal to have a lawyer put together, you guys are getting here as well. So you're getting the entire 16-hour program. You're getting the $2,500 resource guide as a bonus. But we want to see you guys live. We want you guys with us. And so December 13th, 14th, and 15th, we are running a summit in Miami, Florida, actually in Aventura. It's a 3-day event. Last time we did this event, we had 2,000 people attend. It's a live event here. You get to get connected and you get to network. Grant said a couple of times already, you can't do real estate without a network. You've got to get connected with other people. You need people to help you find deals. You need people to help you fund deals. You need partners to help get deals done. And for 3 days, you're going to get to hang out with Grant and a group of insane people that are interested in real estate investing. And I just got to tell you, 11 years I've been working for Grant. The highest quality people that we ever put together are in the real estate rooms. They're people who are looking to grow. They realize they've got to invest money if they want to grow something in the future. And these rooms are they're remarkable. So you get 16-hour program, you get the home study guide.
All video, by the way. You just gotta, we just send you the link and you get to go log in, and I deliver the video to your phone, your tablet, or your computer. So you can watch it at work, you can watch it at home, you can watch it in your car.
It's an online program, you keep it for life. The resource guide you get as a bonus. The 3-day summit you can attend live, December 13th, 14th, and 15th. If you can't make it live, you can attend virtually. If we sell out, which is highly likely, you'll get a virtual seat for that event, but you'll get access to that as well. Now, if that was all we were doing, it's a $17,000 program. We sell this for $1,000 all day long. Last time we did this, a training similar to this, we had almost 4,000 people buy the program as I just explained it to you. But Grant wanted to do something different this time, because over the years, people come, they learn, but they never act, they never do anything. And so Grant has been racking his brain for the last 2 months trying to figure out, how do I make people investors? How do I make people that are interested in learning? How do I make it so they actually cross that bridge and become an investor? And so he said something that was so wild when he said it, I couldn't believe it. He goes, here's what I'm going to do. When people invest in my real estate investor program, my investor system, when they get the education, when they commit to becoming a student, I believe in them so much that I'm going to take a $1,000 position that he owns in the deal. And he is going to give that position to you if you qualify, if you're over 18 years old, if you're a U.S. person. If you're international and you're not a U.S. person, you do not qualify, but we didn't want to leave you out. So if you do not qualify for the offer or the investment position that Grant's going to be giving out, then you will be getting a $1,000 investment in our store, a $1,000 store credit. In our store that you can use to come to an event. You could do, you could buy another training program. Unbelievable deal right now. Nobody's ever done anything like this because nobody has the ability to. Nobody has the deals and nobody has the education. We're putting them together for you right now. GrantCardone.com/invest. Become an investor today when you take advantage of this offer.
And if you don't want the investment, let me know. Let me know if you don't want the investment. I can give it to somebody else. I promise you it won't be hard to give it away.
Yeah.
So this is better than money, folks. Like, you got to understand, I can give you $1,000, but $1,000 doesn't cash flow. Okay? What would you rather have, $1,000 in cash or $1,000 of a building? This one goes, you're going to forget it. If I send you $1,000 right now, you're going to forget it, lose it, use it. Depreciate it. Okay? It's going to go away. It's going to get burnt. It's going to get washed away, blown away. Time takes it. Car payments, whatever. When you put $1,000 investment in a real estate deal, you can't get rid of it. This thing could pay you literally for the next 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, 20 years. I have real estate that's been paying me for I had a deal called Claremont San Diego. That thing paid me for 18 years of my life. Literally got me through the 2010 collapse. Money didn't get me through the collapse. Assets that paid money got me through the collapse. That's why I was telling Tiffany this morning. I'm like, Tiffany, people, artists experience stress. Business people experience stress. Sales people experience stress because they don't have passive income. You know, the pilot for United Airlines, flying all over the country, earning $200 grand a year. He experiences stress because he knows he has to get in that cockpit. He has to fly the plane to get his money. And he knows I have to keep doing this. This is why people burn out. Y'all burn out. You know why? Because there's no end in sight. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. We've already gone way over, Jared. We've gone over what I said I would give away. We're just over right now. Just hit it. This is what I'm going to do. Okay, for the next 250 people that want to take advantage of this, I'm going to add 250 spots. I'm going to give away $1,000 for each spot. You have to be a U.S. person. You have to qualify 18 years or older. If you're not 18, you're 16, then you need to put this in your mom's name and you got to get your mom to buy this course and put the investment in your mom's name because I can't take your money at 16. It's just the law. If you live in Singapore and you're a Singaporean, I can't take your money. I'm sorry. I'll give you a credit at my store for $1,000. So literally, when you take the $1,000 that you're stealing the course. When you literally add $40 to it, I'm giving you a $1,000 investment. It's ridiculous. 16-hour video course, all delivered by me. 3 days with me, the entire three days. If you don't want to come here, you can virtual in. That thing will be sold out. You're doing yourself a disservice not to be here. If you live in the United States, you live in Canada, you live in South America, and you can get to Miami, dude, stop what you're doing in December. Come spend 3 days with me. It'll be worth millions just in the relationships. Like literally, if you guys, we got people that pay $5,000 just to come to that. We got people that are like, hey man, I got hit 3 times today already. Hey man, I bought your course. I bought the 3-day course for $5 grand, and you're giving this thing away today, man. That ain't fair. I'm like, then buy another one for somebody else, bro. Bro, this is my business. This is my company. Anything's fair. This is my life. Okay, and I get to spend it with the people I want to spend it with. And if I want to give $1 million worth of investments, my lawyer told me I couldn't give investments away. What do you mean? They're mine. Okay, but I can't give them away forever. So take advantage of it. GrantCardone.com/invest.
Invest.
You get all the courses, all the video, you get the resource book, and I make you an investor as long as you're American,
U.S. person.
U.S. person. And if you're outside the U.S. person category or not qualified because of your age, then I will credit you at the $1,000 of the 1,040 at my store.
Either way, you get a $1,000 investment or gift. If
Yeah.
you're a U.S. person,
Yeah.
you have an EIN number, you have a Social Security number, you get a $1,000. You qualify for the $1,000 investment. If you do not, then you get a $1,000 store credit.
Yeah, and then somebody asked me, they said, hey man, what's your rule about the $1 million in 31 units, okay? Look, if you could find a deal, the perfect deal, and we talk about this in the course, the perfect deal, the perfect first deal for you, second to the deal I'm giving you today, the perfect deal. The perfect deal is the deal you don't pay for. That's what happened today. That's the perfect deal. Bang, here, okay? The gift, okay? But the deal that you're looking for when you go out and leave here tomorrow, tonight, when you're driving around in your car and you're like, what am I looking for? You're looking for 32 units. This is the perfect scenario where the rents can be raised $200. Okay. Now the way you do the math on this is this. Okay. A guy showed me this. I was like, man, this is brilliant. Now I knew what I was looking for. I quit looking at duplexes and singles and lots and gasoline stations and I was looking at everything. When you look at everything, you can't find anything. Mm-hmm. Okay. You hear me? When you're looking at everything, you're looking at this. Everything to you is the same thing. You can't see anything. So watch what happens. If I could find something, let's say this being rented for $800, and you're like, those rents should be $1,000. There's a reason why this guy's only renting for $800. It's probably because he's old, he's been there, and he's making a lot of money. That's the number one reason rents are too low. It is because the guy's been there too long. His cost basis in the property is so low that at $800 a month, he's like, dude, this is so good. He's probably got a sister living over there, a cousin, a niece. Like my buddy JJ. He's like, I got my sisters living. Well, his rents are too low. See, I know that if JJ's got, because I know JJ, if JJ's got his sister-in-law living at the property, he does not have market rents at that property, okay? I don't need to take advantage of people. I just need to get to market rent. So watch, 32 times 200 times 12 equals 7,000. Let me just do that again. I never trust my numbers. 32, and you should not either, by the way. You should do them over and over again. 32 times 200 times 12 is $76,800 in new income, okay? When you divide that by the cap rate, this is why you guys got to learn this math, okay? I'm gonna give you an entire video course, 3 different courses just on the underwriting, so you start understanding how do I use NOI to underwrite the future creation of value and how I get out of this property or somebody else can pay me this or I can get new debt. Because NOI is the second most important number in real estate investing, okay? If I divide that number by 0.05, that is a 5 cap. A 5 cap, that's 1.5 million, $36,000 of new value. So if you guys want to make $1 million on one deal, this is what you're looking for. 32 units where the rents can be raised $200. Do I need to put a new kitchen in? Maybe. Do I need to put a new porch in? Maybe. Do I need to put landscaping in? Probably. Do I need to paint the place? Yes. Do I need to put a new roof on? Yes. Do I need to give a notice to the people, hey, your rents are going up? I guarantee you half of them are going to stay because they don't want to move. So every $200, okay, every $200 at a 5 cap, and I explain cap rates in the program. None of this is beyond your understanding. Promise you I can teach you any and all of this, okay? This extra value, when you go to the bank, okay, let's say this property was worth $4.5 million when you bought it, and you raise the rents just $200. I think most of you would understand that if you use my unbreakable rules, never compromise the location, use the 1% rule, the units allow you to scale, use good debt, barriers to entry, be below replacement costs. If you use those 11 rules, the unbreakables, and you pay, it's worth $4.5 million, and you add $1.5 million, $36,000 worth of value, the new loan, the new value is $6,036,000. I left off all my zeros. And I go get a loan on this times 0.75. Watch what happens now. 75%. I'm going to get a loan for $4.5 million. What did I pay for the property? Okay? You're like, wait a minute, man. I just showed you, like I was showing you those deals I did this morning. I got my money out of the deals, right? And you're like, oh, that's good for you. I'm showing you guys that I did it, and I'm showing you now the math on how you can do it. The original price was $4.5 million. I changed the rents 200. I found a property located in the right place with barriers to entry. It was a good place in a good location. It's 99% occupied. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna raise the rents. Hey, Johnny, hey man, I've just bought the property. I paid these people a lot of money. All my taxes are going up, and we put in some palm trees and new irrigation, and we're gonna take care of the problem. We're putting security on it. I gotta raise the rents 200, man. You cool? Yeah, man. I've been waiting for y'all to tell me. Because we got property I bought. Ryan, tell them about the Boca deal. No, tell me about the Boca deal. How many units are there?
235 units.
235 units.
69 million.
69 million is what I paid for it. Because the math is the same. It doesn't matter whether it's 600 grand, 6 million, or 69 million. The rents were how much?
2,000.
The rents were $2,000 a month.
Yep.
Ryan, we saw it, it was an off-market deal, off-market, not listed. A professional real estate company, in fact, the second largest apartment owner in the world. These are not, amateurs. When I called the guy up and said, man, you got anything you can sell me? I saw that I'm going to show you how to do all this, by the way. I saw that he had just bought a big portfolio. I called him up and said, you got anything you could sell me out of that portfolio? It was 14,000 units he bought at one time. At one time. Okay, just like me and you, by the way, just a kind of old school guy, born in Pennsylvania. He's been around real estate his whole life, and he's got a big appetite. He's got a big vision. He sees what I see that I want you to see. And he says, yeah, Grant, I'll sell you these 235 units in Boca. He gave me the address. I went on Google. I'm like, Ryan, check this out. Ryan's like, I know, I just saw it too. We got all excited about the deal. We looked at what the rents were. The rents were $2,000. Me and Ryan, we are in that market. I'm like, Ryan, those rents should be $2,500, $2,600. Now, I don't need to do anything to it. We go over there, urinate on the property. The rent should go up no matter what. We didn't understand why the rents were so low. Why was it, by the way? Is it the cost?
The doors were locked and the gates were locked.
It's just bad
The
management.
lights were off.
Yeah, it's terrible. Okay. And I know a lot of you have that question. Why is he selling it? If it's such a good deal, why are they selling it? I don't know. I just know this. What did we raise the rents?
So on the
Remember the $200. Remember the $200 rule.
So non-renovated 500, renovated 1,000.
Okay, some of these are $500 a month. Some of them are 1,000. Okay, now I paid cash for this property. I went in there and said, here. That's how bad I wanted it. I have the same problems you do. Everybody's got cash limitations. I'm like, oh my God, right? Mm-hmm. I'm terrified. I'm like, oh my God, I got to pull money from here. I got to pull money from here. I got to pull money from here. But you see, I got more commitment than I got excuses. You guys are like, I don't have the money. You got it in you got equity in your house. You got equity in your damn 401k. You got your retirement account. You got bullshit stocks. You got a little crypto that you're like, oh, I can't get rid of that. Dude, you guys got to make a decision, man. This is the best deal in the world, I'm telling you. Okay? Those rents, let's say at 500 times 235. Did we get it across the entire?
Absolutely, yeah.
We told the whole building, hey, your rents are going up $500. Did we lose anybody? Some. Are we full? 95% full. We have more people in the building today than they had when I bought it. Okay? So let's just take 235 times 95% times 500, sorry. 235
Times 95% occupancy, that's right.
times 0.95 times
So how many units? How many units of that it was available?
232 or something.
Okay.
Okay, that's $111,000 of new income
Per month.
a month times 12. Okay, what's the cap rate? That's 13,000. You guys should be following this math with me. Okay, I'm going to force you to do this when you get to the program. By the way, we don't go through anything this fast. Like I'm Flash Gordon today. Okay, so I'm trying to keep you here. Divide that by what cap rate?
So 1.33 is Is that right?
Oh, is it 1.3 million?
It's 1.339.
I'm sorry, 1.339. Yeah, not 13 million. Okay, it's $1,339,000 a new income. Now assume that the property was already operating with some expense weight, and that I keep all this. I'm not saying I keep it all. I probably don't keep it all, but let's say I did. Okay, divide that by what? What's the cap rate in that market?
3.5.
Yeah.
38 million.
That's $38 million in new value. Ladies and gentlemen, I paid $69 for the property. Okay? That means I will make 50% on my money while I get cash flow, and I still own the asset.
And you didn't put debt on the deal yet either.
And I pay cash. So what do I do now? I go to the bank. Remember, always use debt. One of our unbreakable rules. Rule number 4, always use debt. I didn't use debt on this deal because I needed to close quickly. But I'm always going to use the debt. 70 million is what I paid. Now let's add $38 million in new value. Now it's worth 108 million. I'm going to go to the bank and I'm going to be like, can you guys give me a loan on the deal? 65% loan. I don't need to over leverage the deal. There's no reason to beat it up. 108 million. I'm going to get a loan for $70 million. What did I pay for it? 70 million. I'm going to get my money back. Okay. I'm going to finance the property.
You got your money back.
I got all my money back. And it's still going to cash flow, and it's probably going to make 70 million. No, 108.
You made 38 million. Got your money back. You still own
It's
the
still
deal.
going to make 300 grand a year cash flow. Now I have a real asset. This is the game you want to play. You want to play real asset game that cash flows, that goes up in value, and that rents have the potential to increase. I'll show you how to do the whole thing with the program. GrantCardone.com/REI.
Invest.
No. Sorry. GrantCardone.com/invest. 7 reasons you want to do real estate. Proven asset class. Why am I so excited? Proven asset class. The S&P 500 has done 8% a year. Okay, my apartment portfolio has probably done 23% a year. Some of them I can't even measure them. Number 2, capital preservation. I have never lost money in a real estate deal. All I have to do is keep it. I just got to keep it. Okay, sooner or later, you just cannot throw you just can't make them disappear. Capital preservation. Number 3, they cash flow when you sleep. Number 4, real estate's versus what? Real asset versus what? What are you guys going to do? Go create some code, some IP, some royalty income,
401k.
some value, write a song? Are you Michael Jackson or something? You're like, I'm going to write the next Michael Jackson thing. Okay, good for you. Okay, but remember, Michael was worth more when he died, after he died, than he was while he was alive. So some of you, if you do all this IP stuff that you want to do, all this royalty stuff, all this musical, artistic stuff, okay, you want to protect it. You want to get I got my .coms protected. I have a copyright on it, trademarked. Okay, good. Well, you might have to die for any of that to be worth anything. I need real assets now for my family. I need real assets before I die. Number 5, tax advantages. Number 6, long-term appreciation. Number 7, leverage, 15% to infinity. That's our returns at our place. We expect a 15% return. I got deals that have done infinite. Cannot measure the returns, okay? The priorities in real estate. Number 1, real estate is senior. The real estate is senior. The deal matters more than everything. Number 2, underwrite your deals for worst case scenario. Okay, these are the priorities that you want to do. First, find the real estate. The deal is senior. Then you underwrite the deal. 3, you communicate with the broker. I'll walk you through exactly how to call this broker, okay? I'm going to show you how to call him, talk to him or her, probably a him, what to say to them, how to get them to call you back. You're going to be shocked how many of these people won't even return your phone call. The hardest part of real estate is not the deal, the debt. It's not the cash. It's not the operations. It's not the management. It's getting the damn deal. I was telling Kiyosaki this the other day. He's like, the hardest part of real estate is the management. I'm like, no, it ain't, bro. The hardest part of real estate is getting the damn deal. I'm buying deals so big, the management's never a problem. Ain't nobody calling me about the deal. We're not going to call you guys when you sign up today. GrantCardone.com/invest. You're not going to get a management call. The CEO that runs Coca-Cola has to put up with the bullshit. Warren Buffett don't. Be the investor, not the CEO. You understand? Warren Buffett's not getting a phone call about Coca-Cola. The CEO is. He's pulling his hair out at night. They can call him anytime. He's their little B because he earns $50 million a year. Warren earns $500 from Coca-Cola every year. The CEO will lose his job and Warren will never lose his dividend. See the difference? Be the investor, not the boss. Number 4, write a compelling offer. I'll show you exactly how to do this in the resource manual. How do you write an LOI? How do you write a purchase and sale agreement? Number 5, how do you clarify the terms? What are the terms? What's the due diligence terms? What's the down payment terms? When do I go hard? Okay? When do I do my due diligence? How long do I need for my due diligence? Okay? How do we come to an agreement on the terms? How do I buy an entity? Number 6, how do I negotiate the deal? What's a fair price? What's not a fair price? How do I back a guy up? Okay? How do I justify some retrade on the price of the asset? Number 7, how do I add value? Ultimately, if you don't know how to do number 7, dude, you can't make money in this game. How do I add value? The value add we all hear about, okay? Most people think value add means I got to go do a kitchen. Dude, the best value add is zero spend value add. I talk about this in the program. I don't want to spend money, dude. I'm looking for value. I'm looking for $200 to $400 because I bought it. Sign of a cross, bless the property. I own it. New sheriff, rents are going up, pal. Okay? It might be because I took stuff out of the property. Y'all notice, if you notice that property I just bought, Tommy Hilfiger's house. I bought Tommy's house not because I could add value, but because I could remove stuff and increase the value. We literally took stuff off of the property in order to add value. The first thing I did when I bought that house was I took stuff off the property, old trees, shrubs this high, okay? First thing, I added value when I did that. As soon as I took the shrubs out, I added value because you could see the view again. Second thing I did was add trees. I didn't fix anything. We haven't painted. I still got a bunch of ugly ass bedrooms in that house, okay? So the first value add is the zero spend. The second one is a spend, okay? Is, hey, what am I doing for kitchens, floors? These can be light or they could be really heavy. Some people spend $2,000 on a value add. Some people spend $20,000. Okay, so I know guys that spend $20,000 and $25,000 per unit and justify every single part of it. Okay, those are value adds. Sometimes it's just positioning and timing in the market. By the way, number 8: do I sell the deal or do I refinance? Number 8 is the holy grail. It's the one you have to know. You got to know it now before you buy the deal. You got to know, okay, on my exit, 5 years from now, 7 years from now, 10 years from now, what do I want to do here? Is this the right market? Because if you understand that, you will be able to pay up to get the best deals in the market. I did not know that when I was starting, so I was scared. If you remember my graph, I went long periods of time between deals. And then I finally got the confidence. I finally put together the exact code that would guarantee me not just a good deal, but a deal that I could buy, go to sleep that night, and never worry about, including going through the worst of economies and saying, I know this is a good deal. I know we're going to make money here. It's not when, it's not if, it's when. And I get paid during the if, okay? So those 8 things you need to look for as priorities, okay? Now, why aren't you buying real estate today? Why aren't you have a bunch? We got to confront this, folks. Why aren't you doing more deals? Number 1, you don't understand the full value of real estate. You think you do. But here's the deal. Once you fully understand the value, you're going to start seeing real estate on your net worth statement. If real estate is not on your net worth statement, if you got IRAs, 401ks, you got cash in accounts, money markets, savings, bonds, stock market, ETFs, you got mutual funds, you got some stuff over at Schwab, some stuff at Fidelity. Dude, and you don't have any real estate. If you have more of that paper shit than you have real estate, you don't understand the real value of real estate. And that by itself is a reason to grab this course, grantcardone.com/invest, grantcardone.com/invest, so you can start adding real estate to your net worth statement. The bank will love you for it, I promise. Number 2, you complicate the deal with legal. Many of you are out running around getting LLCs. You don't need to do that in the beginning. Nobody needs, I got people investing money with me. Do I need an LLC? No, bro, just sign the paperwork, send the money. I got all that handled. The bigger the deal, by the way, the less legal you need, because the bank's going to help you. The bank's going to tell you exactly what you have to have. Number 3, you're not buying real estate because you doubt yourself. You're not buying real estate not because it's too expensive or because you missed the market. It's because you don't trust you. And that's why I wanted to do this today, so that I could make you a student, you could learn, and immediately become an investor. And for those of you that are still have doubt, I'm like, hey, I'll give you a credit at my store right now, okay? Number 4, you guys aren't buying real estate because you're not willing to pay enough. And Ryan's over here shaking his head. He's like, yeah, man. Ryan's missed deals because he didn't pay enough. Many of you, you cannot make money on a deal you don't own. If you don't own it, you can't prosper. If you don't own it, you can't profit. If you don't own it, you can't get cash flow. If you don't own it, you don't own it, okay? And whoever owns it 10 years from now will benefit from the real value in buying real estate, okay? Number 5, you worry about the wrong things. Oh my God, man, I'm gonna have people calling me. No, nobody's gonna call you, okay? Nobody's gonna call you if you buy the right deal in the right location and take care of the tenant. If you invest with me, nobody's going to call you, and they're not going to even call me. They're going to call the management company, okay? We have management, and you remember that number 1 reason why you want to look at more units. The most important number in real estate is the number of units, then the NOI. The NOI and the number of units will support the management. Number 6, you misunderstand the power of debt. This is why you're not doing deals. Somebody got in your head and said you need to pay your stuff off. Now, this is for everyone out there that has paid off their home, their real estate, their boat, their car, everything. You're like, I'm so proud, I'm blessed, I'm the best, I paid everything off. Okay, yeah, pay the boat off, pay the cars off. You need debt. You need debt, okay? Good debt is a good thing to have. You have been misinformed. You're treating all debt equally, and all things are not equal. No different than all people are equal. Yeah, we might be given an equal chance, a shot. I doubt that either. But you have to make a different move when it comes to debt. Real estate, commercial real estate income debt is the best debt in the world today to get. Number 7, you don't know how to negotiate your deals, and that's why you're not negotiating deals. You're looking, you're seeing, you're researching, and you don't know how to negotiate, okay? Guys, I've taken this and made this so easy for you guys today. There's nothing to negotiate. There's nothing to wait on. How many spots we got left, Jared?
We have...
For this I said I would open this up to another 250 people.
We have 76.
76 left. GrantCardone.com/invest. 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 Ladies and gentlemen, we're in a hyper expansion mode with no supply. If you're looking at this graph right now, we have the supply on real asset property for people to live in is at lows, okay? Investors are scooping up real estate today. This is a super cycle that we're in. We're coming out of COVID, and it is the opportunity of a lifetime to find single family homes. Buy below replacement market, okay? I'm gonna show you how to buy a single family home, rehab and flip it. Or sell it. I'm going to show you how to find flips and wholesales. I'm going to show you how to do rental income with cash flow models. I'll show you how to find distressed service providers, banks, REOs. I'll show you how to do all this, and I'll show you the 6 ways to guarantee yourself that you make money in real estate. 1, cash flow. 2, appreciation. 3, depreciation. I know people that buy real estate just for the depreciation. They're like, I don't care if it ever cash flows. I will sit here, I will rob the depreciation from the property, I will offset my income, my earned income taxes. I know people that only do 1031 exchanges. I've done like, I don't know, 11 of them. Protected myself against tens of millions of dollars in taxes. I'll show you how to do that. 5, refinances. How many have I done? I mean, dozens. You know, I'm working on the next dozen of refinances that I will do. Okay, so that I can go to the bank and the bank doesn't trick F me. That I know the games, the insides, and I know what to ask for, and I know what banks do these refinances and which ones don't. One of the mistakes many of you are making, you go to the wrong bank for the wrong loan, for the wrong thing. Just because they'll give you a car loan, dude, don't mean they're going to give you this loan.
Yeah.
Just because they'll give you a Visa, MasterCard, okay, they want to make you a slave, doesn't mean all debt is slavery debt. Some of this debt is like, bro, I want to go, this is my freedom debt. Do you understand Apple Computer has $90 billion in cash and 2 weeks ago borrowed $89 billion? And they had enough cash to write the check, but they went and got a loan? Why? Because they get to write off the debt. Okay, they don't get to write off when they take cash. Number 6, how do I sell something? Those are the 6 ways. There's a couple of other ways that are a little more complicated, but they're portfolio sales. So how do I multiply this portfolio so I sell more of it? Warren Buffett, the great oracle of investing, said if you don't find ways to make money while you sleep, you're going to work until you die. Back to me, Johnny. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm begging you, pleading with you, and doing everything possible to make it easy for you to learn this game. Okay, my businesses, my main business. What will we do this year, Jared? Out of the event business, the online business, the
112 million.
Okay, I'll make $112 million for my main business. This is not my real estate business. Okay, I'm gonna 60 million of that will hit the bottom line, and I got to pay taxes. You know they're going to come get me unless I can figure out something to do. They're going to get $30 million from me. Do you understand that that means half the time that I worked, half the trips I took, half the meetings that we had, half the great things that I came up with, half the people, half of everything I did was for the U.S. government. Half of everything, all the worrying I'm doing is half of it goes to some freaking U.S. government to never, ever take care of the roads, the schools, the hospitals, the community. None of this money ever makes it to the people. Okay, now, the same period of time, my real estate business goes up in the same year. I'll bet you our real estate value since COVID went up $300 million. My tax event on that appreciation, is 0. Of that money, I could go get a loan today for that money, and they'd give me $120 million because of the new value. And this is a non-taxable event. So when you guys see me go out and buy a jet, helicopters, I'm using this money right here to go buy more assets that I can write off. You don't know the game. Nobody explained this game to you. I'm spending my day today with you to explain to you, to convince you, to try to like overwhelm you with data, to say, look, a couple things. First of all, do this so you can slow the information down. There's no way you consume everything I just gave you in 2 hours. What, 2 hours and 30 minutes?
236, yeah.
There's no way you're like, it's just all like data everywhere, right? So what I want to do in this course, the video course, these courses back here, 16 hours of content where I just slow everything. Okay, what's a location? What's NOI? What's income? What's the purchase and sale agreement? What's the due diligence? What's the downside? How do I measure worst case scenario? How do I get debt? What's the debt coverage ratio? Like, I'm going to go through everything. How do I know a good market? How do I know a good rent? How do I get a good tenant? How do I pick a management company? What should I pay the management company? What bank should I go to? What broker should I call? How do I call? What do I say? How do I follow them up? How do I sell it? How do I negotiate? Like, I'm just going to go on and on, but I can't do all that today. The course is 16 hours. I'm jamming 2 hours right now. Okay, it's impossible. I can't even stay on one thing. So you get a home study manual, so you get to take this manual right here, and you get to walk through while I'm talking video. You get to use these pages. Why our apartment's a great investment. So you and your family can start getting secure. By the way, you can share this one program with your entire family. Okay? When you grab the 16 hours, you get the resource book, you get the home study manual, you get the 16 hours, and you get to come to Miami December 13th, 14th, and 15th for 3 days. And you get to meet me, and you get to see other real estate investors in the room from all parts of the world and all parts of the country that are actually trying to do the same things you are. Okay, we're going to be having speakers there. I'm bringing in a guy that owns 100,000 units. I got to call Steven, by the way. I'm going to call a guy that started with none. He's got hundreds of thousands of units. I'm trying to get Jonathan Morgan, a guy I bought deals from. I'm trying to get my buddy that did the growth conference with us, Don Peoples, who's building skyscrapers right now. These are super talented people that are going to come. I'm going to bring a debt guy there. I'm going to bring a guy there that sold $35 billion worth of real estate to talk to you guys about what kind of real estate is the hottest in this country right now. So I'm going to give you that for the 3 days. If you can't travel in, and I'm begging you, please take the time to travel in so you can meet these other people. So it's not just Grant getting rich on real estate. You know, this is a big stop for a lot of people. They see me talking fast, doing all my stuff, my shuck and jive, and they're like, he can do it, but I can't do it. This isn't about me, guys. I'm telling you, like, anybody can do real estate. Real estate comes in all kinds. Real estate investors come in all kind of flavors: men, women, black, brown, white, young. I've met them all. I knew a guy, 19 years old, had 1,000 units. 1,000 units. My friend Robert Martinez. How many units do they have now?
6,000, I think. How many? Three.
Hispanic. Roberto Martinez, Houston, Texas, 3,000 units. The little skinny dude that just what's his name? Crazy Man and his wife in Dallas.
Oh, Sumrock.
Some rock and some don't. Okay, I think they own 800 units right now. Like, anybody can play this game. Robert Gibbons, my friend, that probably owns 80 units right now. Single guy, married guy, white dude, kind of country clubbish, real estate part-time, real estate investor part-time, cool dude, conservative. You'd never know him. You know, he's got millions of dollars of real estate investments. So anybody can play this game. Anybody can play this game. My friend on Clubhouse.
Alvin Johnson.
I think he's in Dallas or somewhere in Texas. What's her name? God, what's the girl's name? Giza. Vina. Super smart girl. I'm going to have her speak at this 3-day event. Vina's been doing multifamily in Atlanta for years. So don't miss that event. That is completely, I give you that seat. Now, when I'm out of seats, I'm out of seats, okay? So grab that seat. Those are $5,000. I'm giving you that seat. The website's grantcardone.com/invest. And when you take advantage today while we're live, okay, I think I have 70. How many, what do you got left?
48.
48 spots left for the investment, and then I'm tapped out. I'm going to give you a $1,000 investment in my current deal. We buy massive properties. These are big deals.
As long as you qualify, you're a U.S. person, you're over the age of 18, and you meet the requirements, you'll get the investment. If for whatever reason you don't qualify, we're going to give you a $1,000 credit in our store.
So you get the course. It's $1,040. It's $17,000 at my website. You get to buy it for $1,040. I give you a $1,000 credit at my store if you don't qualify for the investment. Once you finish the investment paperwork and you qualify, I'm going to move that $1,000 to you as an investment in my current deal. And these are massive properties. These are the best properties that you can buy in the United States. Every deal that I do today, I'm competing with a major player or institution for that same asset. So we're really confident about what we're buying. Okay? Please don't just take today and be inspired. Mm-hmm. Okay, remember what the old man said. If you don't learn how to make money while you sleep, and I would add, when you die, okay, you're going to work until you die, and you're going to be stressed out every single day. Warren Buffett said that. I would say to you, and I'm inspired by something that happened to me personally in my life. When I was 10 years old, my dad died. He was 52 years old. The income stopped the next day. Okay, because the income stopped, my mom got scared. My mom should have been in grief, and she was in fear. And my dad, he did everything right. My dad did everything. He didn't have any debt. Cars were paid for. The house was paid for. He had some life insurance. Life insurance kicked in. The life insurance gives my mom a lump sum payment. And the income stopped. Folks, if you don't have income, you have fear. I mean, unless you got like $20 million sitting around. And even if you got 20 million sitting around, you're seeing it go down every single day. I know some of you think, oh, if I had 20 million, okay, then I'd be fine. Whatever. There's probably a number where you are fine. But you're still going down every single day, okay? The thing to have today is income. Real assets that provide you with real income that you don't have to trade time for, okay? Last thing I'll tell you is this. Earned income is what you were taught to do by institutions and an educational system that wins when you make mistakes. They sold you a bill of goods. Get a job, get better at your job, earn more income as you get older at your job. And these people that told you this, these are institutions and an educational system that both benefit by you falling for that. That is not the way to create wealth, and it is not the way to create wealth freedom, and it is not the way to stay well. Okay? The way to stay well is to be able to live life on your terms, go where you want, do what you want, stay as long as you want. It's not to eat D. It's not to eat. It's not to kneel down to the king and say, yes, sir, yes, sir. It is, in the beginning, you must kneel down to the king and say, yes, sir, so that you get money in order to buy your own assets that one day will take over when you're done kneeling to the king. Okay? You have to break this institutional idea. These people have told you to buy a house, to get a higher education, to borrow money for a house, to borrow money for a home, to borrow money for a boat, a car, to borrow money for this or that, or to borrow money for education. And they did not encourage you to go buy a piece of real estate that would take care of you and your family. They did encourage you to buy their stocks, their paper, their treasury bonds, their ETFs, their mutual funds. They did say you should diversify. And I'm telling you, everything they're telling you to do. They told you to stay liquid, right? Because if you stay liquid, they can trade you out of your liquidity. I'm telling you right now, the single best investment you can go into the 2022 and out is going to be real assets. As we become more meta and more NFTs and more cryptos, as more of this digital becomes digital, I'm telling you, the more real your investments are, the better you're going to sleep at night, the more cash flow you're going to have, and the more wealth you're going to create in your future. Take advantage of this today, okay? I think we got a few more.
34.
Okay? So when that's over, that's over. GrantCardone.com/invest. GrantCardone.com/invest. You get everything I have, everything I've ever done on real estate. The real estate course, 16 hours. You get the resource book. You get the home study manual, right?
Yep, you get the 3-day summit.
You get the 3-day summit. That's $5,000. I'm giving you all that for $1,040. And if that's not enough, for those of you who live in the United States and are American US person, I'm going to give you a $1,000 investment in one of my current deals, as long as you qualify and when you finish the paperwork. And for anybody that doesn't, I'm going to give you a credit by store. This is a no-brainer. I hope you take advantage of it. Don't miss it. But please do this for me. Go away from here, my young brothers and sisters, younger or older than me. I hope you guys that are 55 years old paying attention. I've made more money in the last 10 years. For those of you who think it's too late, it's not too late, trust me. These deals are in your backyard right now. Right now, right here, right now, for you. They're in Minneapolis, they're in Los Angeles, they're in Las Vegas, they're in Oklahoma, they're in Tulsa, they're in Nebraska, they're in Denver, all over the damn state of Colorado. Okay? They're in liberal states, they're in red states, you name it, they're out there. From Alaska to Sydney, they're all over Sydney. You guys just don't know what you're looking for. Oh, it's too expensive in Sydney. Yeah, well, guess what? It's going to be more expensive 10 years from now. 20 years from now, it's going to be more expensive than it was 10 years before that. Okay? Real estate keeps doing this. Okay, if you go back to 1945, you're going to see rents doing this for 10 years. Every 10 years, for 70 years, rents have gone up. Decide on what asset class you want to be in. Shop the market. Know what you're looking for. Learn this game in these courses. Invest the 16 hours. Come spend 3 days with me, and I'll put you on the road to investing in real estate starting right here today. GrantCardone.com/invest. Take advantage of it. Do it. I can't wait to send you your first check. I can't wait to hear about your first deal, and I can't wait to see you when you show up in Miami.